Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Football Stooges, the weekly YouTube show where we break down football in the stupidest way possible.
And boy, is it stupid.
And it was very much so this week. We had a lot of stuff going on in college football and the NFL. NFL season's wrapping up. College football is now in the playoffs officially. Tomorrow, for you viewers, it's Thursday for us, but Friday for you guys. So coming up on Saturday, or actually the day of, there is a college football playoff game between Indiana and Notre Dame, and the other three will be played on Saturday. It's going to be a great day for college football. Great week for NFL football. We're having Saturday NFL football. This week which is kind of weird, starting in the middle of the college football playoff, but it is what it is. So a lot of stuff happening, a lot of stuff we got to get to. So let's jump right into it. I am your host, Lob City. I could not do this by myself. And next up is the man who was the Purell hand sanitizer of the Football Stooges and is currently dreaming about Eagles Super Bowls. It's Macedon. And he's dead.
Oh, would you look at that? It's like Lob at a baseball game.
It is, yeah, very true. Very true.
Macedon, wake up. Wake up, Macedon.
I'm tired from work and housing shit.
Next up, a man who's football's just dead. Football's just dead in the state of Illinois. It's Mamba.
I want to die. There's nothing to look forward to.
The draft.
12 gauge.
Like you'll have a decently high pick. It won't be. It might be top 10.
Yeah, but we'll probably still fuck it up somehow.
I don't know. Some good linemen. See how it goes.
We'll
Next up, a man who is just living it up in old Wisconsin. Gorlami.
Sir, got the old brandy ready to go.
The old brandy, the old fat. Jesus Christ! Savor it. Oh my God! Yeah, you did not like that. You did not like that. You did not like that.
That's the face of a man that is regretting his actions.
You did not like that.
Wait.
You went.
Is alcohol supposed to be savored?
You're supposed to enjoy the taste of it a little bit, I hope. If not, then there's some meetings you should attend. But like, hi, my name's Macedon. Hi, Macedon.
Hi, Macedon.
It's only a pound when I run out.
Last but certainly not least, someone who is definitely embracing the Bill Belichick era of fashion. It's K-Duff.
We're under UNC.
We're under UNC.
He's at UNC.
Yeah, I know.
K-Duff is a UNC fan.
We're on to NC State. We're on to NC State.
Go back. Go back.
We're on the Wake Forest. We're on the Duke.
NC
Just
State.
cold in my
fucks
room,
up
all right.
Belichick.
Yeah, so we have a lot to talk about. We'll go ahead and get into our crossover grid here real quick, and then cover some college football before KDF news. There's a lot of news to talk about. But I will say, recently we are watching the Thursday football game, which for us is still happening right now, and the Chargers hit a 53-yard field goal.
57 yards.
Dicker
It was a free kick.
Dicker, the kicker, hit a 57.
The fans didn't vote for you. As a result, you lost your lawyer job, and now you're selling.
I mean, it helped. It was a free kick, and basically what it was, it was looked like a kickoff. It's just he was allowed to make the field goal after a penalty.
Wait, is that really Cameron Dicker?
Check under this hood.
Yeah, Dicker, the kicker.
Oh my God! Oh my God! It actually is
These
him.
other dealers don't you.
Kick is off the upright again. It's the upright.
Dude looks like he lays on good
Who's
pipe.
got better kicks than me? Hold those deals down.
Don't put on these deals. They'll be gone in a second.
Don't believe me? Ask this satisfied customer.
This is my Quantum Thor motor coach from Dicker. It's done me right.
So go to
Fucking
Chargers.com/vote
camper.
and send me and my leg to kick for you. And I will not stop making these until you do.
That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the Chargers, made a video for the Pro Bowl, and that was pretty good. So I guess he's got my vote because Ed McPherson isn't fucking getting it.
Sad.
Definitely not Jake Elliott either. He's been having a down year too.
Yeah. A lot of kickers have been
Fucking
down there. Young
fucking
Hoku.
The
McManus.
less said about Joey Sly, the better.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome. He could kick like 70 yards, but that accuracy is shit.
Young Hoku's had some problems this year, and Justin Tucker, honestly, this is his worst season so far. in the
Well,
NFL.
Younghoe Koo's done for the year, so that's a little spoiler for KDF News.
Yeah, a little spoiler there, but yeah, it's been.
Yep.
It felt like it was weird because we started out like such a great year for kickers, and then it just went downhill pretty fast.
Young
Also,
kickers,
Mhm.
young
kickers.
Brandon
yeah.
Aubrey, Jake Bates.
Brandon Aubrey's not young.
Jake-
Brandon Aubrey, I believe, is nearly 30.
I thought he's a rookie.
Hey, Brandon
He's a rookie,
McManus
but
is
he's
having a
not young.
great year.
He is a rookie, but he is not young.
He-
If I look,
He's my age. Yeah.
Damn. Okay, I thought he was younger. My bad.
Brandon Audrey is
Audrey? You mean Aubrey?
Aubrey. Yes, sorry, said it wrong. Born in 95. So yeah, he's 29 years old. Yeah, he's almost 30.
Okay.
Actually, we want to get technical about it. He is 5 months older than me.
I always
Caleb's
forget
almost
Lob and
30.
Lob and I are
Caleb's
the
old.
Yeah.
always
I've
forget
said
that
it before.
Lob
I'm
and I
like
are
the
the young
second oldest
ones.
guy on the podcast behind Masson, who's 400 years old. So
Wait, Mom, how old are you? I don't even remember.
We need to start making Girolami young jokes. Like whenever we talk about some old
Bob,
Packers player,
Bob.
we gotta be like, "Are you really?"
Bob,
like
you and I
really
are the
remember
same
them?
age.
No,
you and I
you're
are the
younger.
same age.
You're younger. You are younger though. I'm not wrong. You're younger.
Well,
You're
by
younger.
what?
You're
By
the
what,
baby of
half
the
a
podcast.
year?
Do you even remember Brett Favre?
baby
Spring chicken.
hands.
Oh,
Yeah, I
baby
actually do.
man.
I actually
baby
do remember.
man.
Your little baby
fitting
saw
that
Brett Favre
jersey.
play. Oh my god! All right.
You know,
Let's go.
Masson, I was gonna refrain from old jokes tonight, but
hey, respect your elders, kid.
All right,
I had to sneak one in now.
Dan
Fouts.
Fouts.
Hell yeah!
This is Peyton Manning. Oh,
It's gotta
E.
be.
I forget from this E.
For
Five
Chargers,
rushing.
5
Russell
rushing. For can we jokingly type in Phillip Rivers for that, please? He's
It'd be
been there
funny.
long enough. He had to have gotten.
He's
at
had
least
to have
5.
had 5 rushing touchdowns.
In a season?
Nope.
In a
never
season.
happened.
Oh way.
So yeah, we could do LT. Can everybody think of anybody else that we could probably try? I mean, like J.K. Dobbins.
Dobbins probably has.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or Gus Edwards, or
And I'm remembering this from last week. Melvin Gordon for Broncos Chargers.
yes.
Good pick. Boom. A
And this is
Jesus
running back
Christ.
himself.
1,250 rushing yards in a season. That's a lot of rushing yards. We got to think of a really good Broncos
a lot.
running back.
Who was with the Super
Um,
Bowl? Who went with the Super Bowl with John Elway? What was his name?
Oh.
You should know this. That's in your era.
Oh.
Technically, it was. It was like
He admits
90s.
it.
though. It was like
Something with
it was
an
like
H.
90s.
Why is H coming up?
Hold on.
What was his name? I know who you're talking about.
What about Terrell Davis?
That might be who I'm thinking about. I think it's Terrl.
Okay.
Yep.
5 rushing
Okay.
touchdowns in a season, and then a lot of rushing yards. 1,200. CJ2.
Amon Green.
We could do a shit ton of people.
Saquon.
AH. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pro Football Fame inductee. So we got to think of like a little bit older of a running back, but let's try to think of a little bit more obscure one. I'm gonna go.
So no Emmett Smith or Barry
I'm thinking
Sanders.
Emmett Smith, Barry Sanders. Like, let's not
I
do
was
Walter
thinking
Payton.
Franco Harris.
Hold on.
Ooh.
Oh, Franco,
Hold on.
that could be work.
Franco did not have that many rushing yards in a season.
I thought he did. I thought he was near there.
Well, let's see if it surprises us.
Oh
Nope.
wow.
Okay. Oh yeah.
sorry.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Really? For that era, I'm surprised. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
John
that'll work.
Riggins, baby.
5 rushing
All right.
touchdowns to 350 passing yards in a game.
Brett Favre.
There's no way.
Oh no, not.
Hurts, maybe? Yeah, okay.
Oh wow.
Tush push.
All right.
Tush push. Okay, Pro Football
Yeah,
Hall
but I
of
didn't
Fame
think-
inductee
I
with a
didn't-
lot.
But I didn't think about 350 yards in a game. I'm trying to remember when he did that.
Probably
Brett
against, like the
Favre.
Commanders 2 years ago. Oh, Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
There we go.
Hell
Brett Favre.
yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Lamar,
Joe Montana,
Derek.
Tomlinson, Derrick Henry. We basically got the whole top row right.
Yeah.
Steve, is that Steve Young or Joe Montana? I
Joe
couldn't
Montana.
tell. With
Joe
Montana.
Montana.
Let's
And Sanders as well.
Let's see how many people are on this list for like 5 rushing touchdowns in a season and 1,200 rushing yards season.
CMC, Zeke Elliott, Dalvin Cook,
Cedric
Ray Rice,
Cedric Bell.
Shout out
Ricky
Ricky
Williams. Oh my
Ryan
God.
Grant?
Ricky, when I get you, Ricky.
Yeah. I've never seen a picture of him bald before. Jesus.
I didn't think Ryan Grant ever had
Alexander, Priest Holmes.
Shout out Warwick Dunn. Shout out Warwick Dunn.
Oh,
Deuce
Staley.
Staley, Corey Dillon, Marshall Falk,
Dorsey Levens,
Ricky Waters, Eddie George,
Thurman
Marcus
Thomas
Allen,
is
Herschel
great.
Walker, Dickerson, Roger Craig.
Oh, the Nigerian nightmare, Christian Okoye.
Oh,
Chris Anderson too. Oh my God.
Like Pruitt.
Earl Campbell,
Earl
Jim
Campbell.
Nance.
O.J. Simpson.
OJ again.
Jim
My
Brown. Jim
Wait,
Taylor.
who's that Packer there?
Jim
Who's the
Taylor.
Packer down there?
Jim Taylor.
Jim Taylor.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
believe- that was the
makes
running back
sense.
during like the first Super Bowl, wasn't it?
right. That's it, right.
Yeah.
All right.
I went with Amon
Go ahead.
Green because that was like Brett Favre era, and like I looked up
Yeah,
to
he was
that
very
man
good.
as a
He was
child.
very good. Okay, real quick summarization. We'll just go through this every week until the bowls are done. Just some of the bowl games that happened this past few days. This bowl will have happened when you're watching this video because we're releasing on a Friday. This is happening, I believe, right now. Yeah, 7 p.m. So this is happening.
Yes.
But
See
a
how
couple
it's
bowls
going,
already been finished. The kickoff to the bowl week is the Cricket Celebration Bowl. Jackson State smacked South Carolina State. Then moving on, we had the Salute to Veterans Bowl. The South Alabama beat Western Michigan. The Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. Memphis beat West Virginia. The Boca Raton Bowl. If you haven't seen this video, James Madison beat Western Kentucky. There was a James Madison defensive end that got a couple sacks, but every time he would get a sack, instead of shooting a gun like a lot of people are doing now at a player, he was bow and arrow quiver dumping. He was quiver dumping the quarterback after he sacked him and gotten multiple scuffles because of it. It was the craziest thing I've seen. And then the LA Bowl hosted by Gronk. People are probably still hungover from this. California and UNLV. UNLV won that game against California.
I also got an update for I just got a quick update for the New Orleans Bowl. Sam Houston 28, Georgia Southern 19 with 10:55 left.
So it looks like Sam Houston's got it in the bag. Let's see if they do it.
Yeah.
So and then where is it?
Are you talking about the with the Army?
substitution. Yeah. Which bowl was it?
Shit.
Wasn't it Navy?
No, it was against.
No,
it was
it was
against
Army.
Yeah, here. So the
Okay,
Technologies Independence Bowl, Louisiana Tech was originally going to be Marshall. Marshall pulled out of their bowl game because their entire roster is transferring to Southern Miss because their coach is not being renewed a contract at Marshall, so he's going to Southern Miss.
Oh,
So
wow.
Marshall had to pull out of the bowl, and now Louisiana Tech has stepped in. So shout out to Louisiana Tech. You're going to get to go bowling, so better make the best of it because Army is honestly pretty scary. However,
Another thing too, apparently the Sugar Bowl is also going to see a bit of a change. Carson Beck is out for the Sugar Bowl.
Oh,
that was
Yeah,
kind
so
of to be
it's gonna-
expected. He got his arm blown up in that game.
oh,
Yes,
okay.
so they're going to have to be relying on what's his name? They have it. They actually just had it in my notes here.
His last name's Stockton.
Gus Stockton, yeah, his
Oh,
first
geez.
career start.
Yeah, yes.
That
But
bodes
he
well for
played-
Georgia.
He played very well against Texas. Not a bad guy at all. If there's probably the most popular video about him is getting his bell rung, coming across the middle and trying to get a touchdown, which he didn't get.
Oh,
in the
that
next
was
play of the
him.
game.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Forgot
got
about
he
that.
got lit the fuck up. All right. So one thing I want to do, so Maston, you need to break open the Google sheet here or the Google Doc, whatever you're using to record scores. Which, by the way, we did
Wait.
update scores. Shit. We'll have to do. We'll have
You
to
can do that. You can do that later.
Yeah.
Are we
actually-
grouping
we're-
this in
no.
with the scores? No way.
No,
No.
I was gonna say not scores with this, but I couldn't find a site that does like a bracket style thing where you can fill it out. So what I want to do is each of us is going to go down the line, and we're gonna just say
Police just
What-
drove outside my window.
what over what, right? Like Georgia over the
Hold on, let me-
So we'll do just to see who has the most at the very end of all this. We'll see who has the most correct college football bracket. We won't do scores. You just need to say who over who, right? So I'll start it out.
Yeah, hold on.
We'll follow suit. Not too bad.
Hold on, let me get the sheet done.
Get the notepad up,
Yeah.
girl.
We
yeah.
could also just fill it in after, and just send it to Macedon.
Well, we need to do it for on there needs to be video recording. You know, we gotta.
I mean, yeah,
that's something to put there. But
yeah,
I know.
A lot of matchups happening this week. Indiana Notre Dame is going to be played on Friday. The other three will be played Saturday. This game's going to be crazy. Night or day. In Happy Valley, a whiteout Penn State game where SMU's coming to town. Then you have the Orange Bowl between Texas and Clemson. And then Ohio State and Tennessee being played at night in Ohio State Stadium. If Tennessee wins and plants the flag in the middle of the field, holy shit.
Oh, and Tennessee fans have already plotted the route for the field goal post that they're going to take into the river.
Yeah, there's a river pretty close by, so.
Tennessee fans have planned for this.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, so are we just going to do the 1 week, and then the next week we could do the next prediction?
No, we're going to do the whole thing.
Fuck, okay. Oh, God, I got to listen.
Oh, the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah,
Shit.
so it's just like doing a college basketball like bracket for the big dance.
Oh, boy, this is going to be messing up trying to...
Say March Madness bracket like a normal person.
It's okay. March Madness. I don't watch college basketball. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't find it entertaining.
Neither do I. Don't worry.
You don't find college basketball entertaining.
I like the NBA. What can I say? There's not.
Why?
Because there's not as many.
Dude,
not
his
entertaining.
name is Lob City. Of course he likes basketball. Come on.
Yeah, but not college basketball?
Because there's not as many bums. The worst guy on the
There's
NBA
just
roster
one.
is
Lob City confirmed an ass man.
Wait a second.
Wow.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
How the fuck did you get that
I
out?
don't watch it because there's no bums in it.
I usually say out of
That
pocket
wouldn't
shit.
make
That
me
was
won. That wouldn't make me win by that logic, Socrates.
All right, now it's ready for...
Okay, so first game, Ohio State, Tennessee, in Ohio State. It'll be really funny for Tennessee to win, but for the betterment of the University of Michigan, we need Ohio State to win because Ryan Day will stay employed and we will still win games against Ohio State. So for that reason, I'm going to go with Ohio State over Tennessee. Then the next is Texas and Clemson. Dabo, you did a great job winning the ACC. It ends then. Whoever the fuck is starting at quarterback, which should be Arch Manning, going to kill Clemson. I'm going to take Texas in that one. SMU and Penn State. I like SMU, but I don't. Even though James Franklin doesn't win big games, this is a whiteout in Happy Valley in a cold temperature where these Dallas boys are going to come in and freeze their socks off. So I'm taking Penn State there, and then Notre Dame and IU. The game of India, the biggest game in Indiana history. Like not the University of Indiana, the state of Indiana. This is the biggest game in the state of Indiana. Indiana has not won a game against Notre Dame at South Bend since 98. 1898. When Macedon was a wee boy. So
hurry the fuck up. Hurry the fuck up. I gotta go work tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to take Indiana in that one. So that means the second round matchups is Ohio State, Oregon. I'm going to take Oregon again. They beat Ohio State. I think they can beat them again. It's going to be Texas, Arizona State. I love Cam Scadaboo. Great running back. Probably one of the top 5, if not top 3 running backs in the nation. That's not going to do much against this Texas defense. I'll take Texas there. Then Penn State and Boise State. James Franklin doesn't win big games. Boise State upsets there. And then you have Indiana, Georgia. Indiana, you had a great run. Georgia is a dominant team. I'm taking Georgia there. Then that will give me Oregon and Texas. In that matchup, I'm going to take Oregon again. Their speed is too quick. Then we have Boise State, Georgia. Once again, Boise State, great run. Georgia's dominant. That's going to move Georgia ahead. Then that'll leave me Oregon and Georgia. And I am going to take Georgia in that one to win the college football playoff. I think that the coaching expertise of Kirby Smart will be the deciding factor in that victory. So, got all that down, Masson? Was that a little too quick, or was that...
Hold on. So after Oregon, who did you have after the semifinal for the last 4? After the you picked Oregon, and then Georgia beat Boise.
Georgia over Boise, and then
you
Georgia
have Oregon.
Georgia over
Georgia
Oregon. Georgia over Oregon. Yes.
Okay. God damn. Okay.
Sorry,
this is so weird.
That's what I was saying. We should draw them out for Macedon after.
Yeah, and we're gonna go on so long for this shit.
All right, is it my turn?
It won't be terrible. Yeah, go ahead.
It's Mamba.
All right, I will draw this out for you. Actually,
God
post this photo in here. But okay, first thing first. Fuck
camera
Ohio
should fuck
State. Oh, what? Okay,
Camera
yeah,
should
that's fine.
fuck up. Boom.
Cool. But fuck
Okay.
Ohio State. Tennessee's gonna win. They better plant the flag on the field, I swear to God.
Yep.
Then give me Texas over Clemson. Then give me Penn State over SMU. And fuck IU, give me Notre Dame.
Oh, that
So that's the first part. So now we got Oregon, Tennessee. Oregon's gonna win that one. Then we got Texas, ASU. ASU are frauds, so give me Texas. Then Boise versus Penn State. Should we spice shit up?
James Franklin doesn't win big games. You know this. You are a Big
Give me
Ten fan as well. Yeah.
Give me Boise. Let's go Ashton Genty for the dub. Then I'm actually gonna go Notre Dame over Georgia because Carson Beck is hurt. So now, okay, so it's Oregon. So Oregon versus Texas. Oregon's gonna win. Boise versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame's gonna win.
Oh my goodness.
And then okay, and then I'm gonna have Oregon winning it all.
Okay. So for me, Tennessee beats Ohio State. Texas beats Clemson. Guess fuck Clemson. SMU beats Penn State.
Ooh.
Oh,
Could happen.
interesting take.
Could happen. Tough environment to win in, though.
I have Notre Dame winning. Notre Dame's defense is actually decent.
Notre Dame winning the Indiana Bowl.
Yeah. But I'm going to have Oregon beating Tennessee. And then Texas beating Arizona State. Boise against SMU. I'm having Boise actually win it. Genty is going to probably have good rushes. Georgia versus Notre Dame. I'm going to have Notre Dame still because Beck's still hurt. And with the Notre Dame defense. Semifinal also Oregon beating Texas. And then
Boise, Notre Dame.
Boise, Notre Dame.
Look at my shit drawing.
The MS Paint shit.
I gotta go with Notre Dame, but then Oregon winning it all.
Okay. Oregon beating Notre Dame in the final.
It just says duck at the end.
Yeah.
Duck.
I just saw it.
The fuck. All right.
It works.
Who are next, Gorlami?
All right, Massey, ready for some rapid fire action?
Not too rapid fire, please. I'm tired.
All right.
I'm tired, boss.
He's tired, boss.
Tennessee, Texas, Penn State, Indiana.
Whoa.
Round 2.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, give him a sec.
Now.
Oregon, Texas, Boise, Indiana. Okay.
I don't yo, fuck off.
He
Fuck
didn't
off with
even-
that
Oh
shit.
God.
No, fuck off with that
Okay.
shit.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Oregon and Indiana.
No way. No way. They
I
go
hate
all the
you.
way.
Fuck you. I hate you.
Oh my
And
God.
finally, Oregon.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
All for them to get there and then just crumble. Oh, that sucked.
It's
He was-
Oregon. Oregon's
God, it was
fucking good.
edging so hard.
It'll
but
be
couldn't
like
get
the
it.
Oregon's
Lions last
really
year. Like
fucking
they
good this year.
all that mediocrity just to get that deep into the playoffs. That's something.
Hey.
I like that idea though. I don't think it's gonna
There's
happen.
no
but-
punishment here, so I'm just going to throw it out there.
No,
Okay,
it's fair.
enough.
It's fair. Okay, yeah. Let's go. The Ohio State,
Fuck you.
Texas, Penn State, and yeah, I like the idea of the upset at the start. Indiana. Round 2, we're gonna go with Texas.
I almost typed in duck because of that.
Okay. Then Boise State, Georgia.
No, you missed. You skipped ASU, Texas.
I said Texas.
Oh, okay.
Next round, Boise State.
Ducks.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what? Hold on. Okay. So ASU against Texas, Boise State against Penn?
Against Georgia.
So who do
Boise
you
State
have
against
winning?
Georgia. I have Georgia winning round 2.
Okay. So you have Boise winning against Penn State, and then Georgia winning. Sorry, you
Yes.
went so super fast.
My bad.
Okay, and then you're saying Oregon again in semis.
Oregon in the semis, and we'll go Boise in the semis.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And at the very end, I mean, I'm just gonna spam it so you know what it is.
Let me help you.
Right.
Let me help you out. Let me help you out real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. A lot of fans of Oregon here. Let me give you a quick update on the college, or not college. I'm used to saying college football. The fantasy league for ourselves, since we are now entering the playoff week. So, we have officially reached the. Why are you making me fucking shut up?
You want me to read it?
No, I got it. It just made me try to.
I'm in last. That's all I know, and all I really care about.
So, the positioning. Muzzy's at number 1. Gronami's at 2. I'm at 3. Macedon snuck in at 4, beating Mamba in order to get into the playoff. So he's in.
Welcome to the basement, buddy.
The one thing that isn't, and then the punishment duel is between Mamba and Kaduff. If Kaduff wins, I'm going to say this now that
what game is that? That's not this week. That's the following.
It's not this week. It's
no, because we're on bye this week.
Yes. So the following week, Kaduff and Mamba will play. If Mamba loses, he'll be 6-10, and that would make Kaduff 6-10, so they'll have the same record. So it'll come down to points against or points for, based on who's going to have to do the custom shot, right? So.
Oh, my points are in the shitter anyway, so I'm going to lose regardless.
I think we should also just say it right now that the it's that game. Whoever loses that game is it. I think that's how we should do it.
Yeah, that's how it actually is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fair.
Because they'll have the same record, but because they lost the final game, Now, here's the fun thing that I figured out is that I found something that I'm going to probably send to one of you, whoever loses it, in order to be part of the shot.
Oh God! Oh God! They make that? They make that?
That is cheese flavored Doritos
Oh hell yeah,
vodka.
dude!
Oh God! I'm
getting
imagining the taste of that.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
No.
I'm all for it. It's
flavored
cheese.
Doritos vodka.
Cheese.
I am so
Give me the
lucky.
cheese.
I'm
a
so
vodka
lucky.
man.
I beat
Looking
Mamba.
at this, I don't think I'm a vodka man anymore.
Give me the cheese.
All right.
I am so lucky I beat Mamba.
With that thought steadily implanted into his brain, Kaduff knew.
I got a fucking girl.
Sorry, I had to chug that thought away real quick.
Cheese.
Anyway,
cheese.
I'm going to try and run through this as quickly as possible because considering we're this close to the end of the year, there are a shit ton of out for the years. Starting out, probably the biggest one of the week because it happened to be yet another scary head and neck injury after a helmet-to-helmet hit to a Dolphins player. But it wasn't Tua for once. It was a wide receiver, Grant DeBose, hospitalized for the second week in a row, a Texans cornerback delivered a dirty hit. This being a safety, Caleb Bullock this time, not a Azeez Al-Shaair. So DeBose was hospitalized, does have a movement in all his extremities, but is expected to be shut down for the remainder of the year as they just continue to evaluate him. As for that, Raiders lost 2 pieces, defensive end Max Crosby and running back Sincere McCormick to ankle injuries. Jaguars tight end Evan Ingram tore his labrum. Browns running back Nick Chubb has a broken foot. And then we move on to all the fucking Lions, because when it rains, it pours for injuries with them. Defensive tackle Alec McNeil tore his ACL. Safety Khalil Dorsey fractured his leg. Cornerback Carlton Davis somehow broke his jaw. And running back David Montgomery is undergoing MCL surgery. Jesus fucking Christ, how is this team going to survive the playoffs? Other than that...
Hutchinson did tell him, just make it there and I'll be back.
True. Chargers wide receiver Jalen Reagor out for the remainder of the year with a hand injury. Texans safety Jalen Petrie with a shoulder. Cardinals running back Amari DeMarcado with a back injury. Rams linebacker Nick Hampton tore his pectoral. Cowboys cornerback Trayvon Diggs is undergoing emergency knee surgery after there was some complications from a previous one that discovered. Saints linebacker DeMarco Jackson's got an ankle injury. Steelers guard Calvin Anderson to a groin injury. Bengals defensive end Sam Hubbard tore his PCL. Sorry, Lob.
Well, I know that, but also he did that in the coolest way possible by catching a touchdown pass.
Oh, well, nice.
As a defensive end.
What a way to go out on for the year. Jets safety Jalen Mills broke his collarbone. Falcons lost Younghoe Koo to a hip injury, kicker, and linebacker Troy Anderson to a knee injury. And the Patriots are shutting back down defensive tackle Christian Barmore. Apparently, the blood clots that had him out most of the year apparently and resurfacing, so he's undergoing treatment for that again. Hopefully, it doesn't turn out to be something super serious. As for shorter to long-term stuff, Steelers lost a couple pieces this past week. Wide receiver George Pickens to a hamstring injury, and also their entire defense. Linebacker T.J. Watt with an ankle injury. As for that, Texans tight end Cade Stover underwent an emergency appendectomy this week, so he's out. Panthers wide receiver Xavier Legette with a groin injury, and Ravens wide receiver Deontay Johnson with a foot injury. As for questionables going into the week, this is a guy that does not show up on injury reports very often. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, after having a high ankle sprain in their win over the Browns last week. Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith had apparently a scary knee injury last week, but he is only questionable. Saints running back Alvin Kamara has a groin injury. I just dropped my phone and... Okay, here we go. Both Commanders tight end Zach Ertz and Giants quarterback Tommy DeVito are on concussion protocol. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts has a broken finger on his throwing hand. And Browns defensive tackle Shelby Harris with an elbow injury, and defensive end Myles Garrett with an eye injury. As for other medical stuff, it was confirmed this week. Hall of Fame wide receiver Randy Moss. He has confirmed he had a cancerous mass between his liver and pancreas removed and in a major surgical procedure, and is undergoing chemotherapy to battle any remaining traces. So, hashtag let's Moss his cancer. Because, hell yeah.
Moss that shit.
Yep. As for signings, trade, and releases and stuff, the only two ones are the Falcons have signed former Browns kicker Riley Patterson to replace Younghoe Koo. And the Dolphins have waived wide receiver OBJ. Odell Beckham is now a free agent. What a signing that was. Miscellaneous news this week clinches: Vikings, Texans, and Steelers are now in the dance. The eliminations are the Panthers, and let me just zoom in on Mamba's face for this: the Bears.
No.
Yeah. All right. As for other stuff, this year's Heisman Trophy winner, in a stunning upset, Colorado wide receiver and cornerback Travis Hunter, beating out Ashton Jeanty by the smallest voting margin of victory since 2009 with less than 200 votes. He is the first defense. Yeah, it was. I mean, it's a little bit. I kind of expected it to happen between him or Jeanty. Did I expect Travis to actually win it? Not really. But what's done is done. Makes him the first defensive Heisman winner since Charles Woodson in 1997. And also the first Colorado player to win it since former Bears running back, the late Rashawn Salaam, in 94. As for other stuff, the 49ers are shutting down and suspending linebacker Devondre Campbell for the remainder of the season, reportedly after he refused to enter their Thursday night football contest versus the Rams. Although if you watch that contest, I wouldn't want to enter it either. It was a snooze fest. This was reportedly in retaliation to him losing the starting job. And it kind of puts the Niners in a bind because their because not just their entire team is injured the hell, their linebacker core is basically drained. By the time he left the game, Dre Greenlaw was back on the bench dealing with knee soreness after his first game back from his torn Achilles. D. Winters had a neck injury. Fred Warner's banged up. Bosa's busy on the edge. They were down to Demetrius Flanagan-Flowers as their only healthy remaining option the remainder of the game. It is just not a good look for the Niners. I'm serious.
I fucking told you he was a problem.
Yep. He was dealing with the same shit in Green Bay, as you've told me briefly.
Yeah.
And
he's a piece of shit. When he doesn't get paid what he wants, Or he loses a job to a guy who's clearly better than him. He throws a fucking hissy fit.
Sounds about right.
He's not mature.
Yep, and we're seeing the exact same thing happen in San Fran this time. Moving on, the NFL is suspending Raiders defensive end Janarius Robinson for the remainder of the season for substance abuse violations. We have a couple quarterback changes for the remainder of the year. The Browns are benching quarterback Jameis Winston in favor of Dorian Thompson-Robinson after their loss to the Chiefs, which personally a bit to me feels a little unfair. I mean,
Horrible
Winston's
media
been the
decision.
best. What's that?
Horrible media decision.
A
Jameis
bit, yeah.
Winston
Like
is so much more funnier. Like when he started.
Yeah, very true. Also, he has technically been the best quarterback they've had all season. I mean, it was Deshaun Watson. Robinson's not really been that great. But also, what did you expect? If you're benching him because of his performance on the Chiefs, it's the Chiefs.
It's
What
the
are you
Chiefs.
expecting?
Yeah.
Their
Are you
defense is
expecting this
really
Browns
good.
roster to upend the Super Bowl favorites? Really? Is that your decision making about
I
it?
mean, it's funny because last year it was Joe Flacco being their best quarterback versus
Elite
Watson.
quarterback Joe Flacco.
So their backups are just better than their main QB1.
Yeah, which
so goofy,
bodes well for
man.
whatever quarterback they draft this year.
They should have kept Baker.
Speaking of quarterbacks drafted this year, Falcons are benching Kirk Cousins in favor of rookie Michael Penix Jr. most of the way forward. I keep doing it for the joke from last week. Michael Penix Jr. The rest of the way forward. Meaning, and from the sounds of it, as we'll get to when we discuss the game, Kirko is done already in Atlanta. Meaning, if the team chooses to cut him, they could incur a dead cap hit of over $65 million.
That's a lot of Cole's cash.
That's a lot of Cole's cash.
Right.
No, somebody will want a trade from that's desperate. I guarantee you, if the Colts want to move on from A-Rich and the Vikings keep Sam Darnold, that Jim Irsay will make a dumbass move and could bring Kirk Cousins in.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be, but it'll be like the Russell Wilson thing signing this year. I mean, the other team is gonna be paying for his salary most of the year, so why not just sign him for 1 year on a base at a bargain, essentially, a Cole's cash bargain, one might say.
He can still learn a lot from Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins is also a
About
very
this shit with Cole's
very true.
cash.
Yeah,
very true.
Kirk Cousins is a very, very respectable person. There's actually a post that I'll find real quick of Kirk Cousins talking about the whole issue when he was benched. And Kirk Cousins said about calling Michael Penix right after it happened, I'd like to shoot elephants in the room, so I just wanted to shoot that one.
Huh?
And that was his reference to the elephant in the room was, hey, we're benching Kirk for Michael Penix, and so Kirk Cousins then called Michael Penix and said, like, I'm here to help you develop as an NFL player, ready to help you out with anything you need to do, go over film, like just ready and willing to help develop Michael Penix, which is a great sign. I mean, the Kirk Cousins
Yeah, at least
is
he's
one of the
taking it
best
with some
guys in the
dignity.
NFL.
So
Yeah.
Kind of like
I
Rogers
he's
with
calling
love.
him an elephant. I'm just like,
No, do not put Kirk
Not at all
Cousins.
with Rodgers.
Do not put Kirk
Not at all.
Cousins and Aaron Rodgers
I'm
in
talking-
the same. No,
No,
they're not
in the terms
same.
of the
No.
in the terms of like
Can we
when
continue?
No, fuck no, Gorlami.
No, you're being
high
an
on that
idiot.
stuff. No, I'm not.
No,
Mom,
because
please hit the
Favre,
stop button. Thank you. Okay. We'll
idiot.
Continue.
we'll just table that argument for later. The Jets are beginning their new GM search. They've already conducted interviews with former Titans GM John Robinson, former Falcons GM Thomas Dimitrioff, Reese's Senior Bowl executive director Jim Nagy, and Masson, I wouldn't chuckle about this one, ESPN analyst and former Eagles personnel director Louis Riddick.
what a laugh!
Well-
what a laugh!
He didn't chuckle. I'll give him that.
That was a very big chuckle.
Yeah.
Wow, Jets, you're even more fucked.
Oh, well, I have another story about the Jets we'll get to shortly. I'll just get through these quick things. This week's Sunday Night Football matchup has been flexed. It swaps the Dolphins and Browns for the Commanders and Falcons. Sacramento State has shot down rumors that they are planning to hire Michael Vick as their football program's new head coach.
That would be funny, though.
It
But
would
they
be
did
a
hire
bit.
him.
What?
Hold on.
No,
Wait, they did?
no, no. No, I thought that was only a rumor.
That's the rumor.
Norfolk State.
Norfolk State. Okay.
Michael Vick is higher, but at Norfolk State. So.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Near his home.
I actually didn't miss
hometown.
that part. So yeah.
Yeah.
That actually makes sense. Yes.
Let's see.
Penn State. This year's NFL draft is actually going to be pretty kind of light on the quarterback things, and it's going to get a lot lighter as Penn State quarterback Drew Allers announced he is going to return to college next season. He is not declaring for the draft this year.
He would have been a 4th round pick anyway.
He probably would have been at that point. Really, why not just wait a year where you're probably going to be at least 2 or 3 maybe. I actually don't know who else is going to be in the quarterback round for next year.
Draft stock will drop if you stay all 4 or 5 years in college. Your draft stock drops. Usually.
I mean, he'll make NIL money. He's fine.
Unless you're Tim Boyle.
Oh, don't ever get started on the DI hire. Finally, but we will talk about the team that he is on, though, as we talk about the JETS Jets. A report came out recently. The Jets were basically a shoo-in for a trade with the Browns for wide receiver Jerry Jeudy when they were in desperate need for a wide receiver 2 at the time. But owner Woody Johnson nixed it because he didn't think his grade in Madden 24 was high enough to warrant it. Yeah. It gets worse with their decision-making because it's also come out in a report that is, meaning this is compounded by the fact Johnson has all but admitted that he has let his sons Brick and Jack Johnson influence team decisions. And if you don't know anything about his sons, Brick and Jack are still in high school. They are 17 years old or younger and are trying to run a multi-million-dollar football team. I mean, basically puppeteering their dad. They have apparently been linked to head-scratching personnel decision changes at the executive level, bad-mouthing players in earshot of said players, and this story just sounds fucking made up, but I cannot believe this is real. This is an extremely deflating moment, regardless if it's the Jets or not. After their Halloween win against the Texans, which was Jeff Ulbricht's first win as a head coach, you'd think he'd be given the game ball for such an accomplishment, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Guys? Yeah. It would be a normal thing. It would be a completely normal thing. Brick Johnson did not think so, and in a profane, expletive-riddled rant, decided to give the ball to Garrett Wilson, and then took the game ball that was meant for Aaron Rodgers and gave it to Jeff Ulbrich.
Huh?
Yeah. So the more I read into it, after I literally found out about this about 2 hours ago, you ever remember that, like, growing up, like the 90s and 2000s, like there was these stories you'd see or movies you'd see about, like, oh, what if this kid ran a MLB baseball team, or what if this kid was elected president? This is what it feels like, and it's just fucking awful. Because you're letting teenagers run an NFL team to the point, I can't believe I'm saying this, to the point that Antonio Brown running an arena football team looks more competent in comparison. And I mean, I might be stretching it, but that just sounds fucking ridiculous to me. Anyway, I'm gonna get drunk thinking about this. That's all I got.
Alrighty. Moving back to the podcast, one quick thing I'll say, some Lob City news. Apparently, recently, Joe Burrow was giving out Christmas presents to his team, and for his offensive line, he gave each offensive lineman an authentic Japanese katana.
Wow.
Made in Japan.
Some way to fucking protect them, so not doing it right now.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought you were going to say he got robbed again, but okay, that's kind of cool.
No, it's really cool. Can you imagine his Amazon cart? 12 katanas and a Batmobile.
You could buy that off of Amazon?
No, I did. Damn it, Mom.
The fucking FBI is just like looking at, like,
something
the hell is he doing?
On my on Twitter. Apparently, Brock Purdy did something similar. He gave all his O-linemen new cars for Christmas.
Brock Purdy has money?
How does he have that money? He's getting paid like $800,000 a year. Like, that's still a lot.
His 2024 salary this year was $935,000.
Okay, I mean, that's almost $1 million, but like still.
Yes, but also he could have been doing advertising.
He does
There's
advertising.
probably sponsorships. Yeah, sponsorships
Allegedly.
and all that.
5 Sequoia. Oh, so he bought Toyotas. No, so it's not like he's not like buying them Lambos.
Hey,
or
I
anything.
mean, it is
Yeah.
Toyotathon, my guy.
He came in.
Toyotathon.
Man, he probably did that. He probably. I don't know Brock Purdy, but that sounds like such a Brock Purdy thing to wait till Toyotathon to buy the fucking. You're just walking in. It's like Brock Purdy walks.
Toyota, buy the new Sequoia now. This episode is sponsored by Toyota.
but not really. But like, imagine like imagine you're just like Toyota's lawn starts, all of a sudden you see Brock Purdy walk through the front door, rev up those fryers, like fucking
Rev up those engines.
All right. Anyway,
give me your finest 5 Tundras that can fit like a 300-pound man and his family in them. Anyway, Chiefs and Browns.
Yeah, here we go. This was the Browns' best chance to get a really good win against the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes being injured in the game. However, that
was the end of the game.
It happened mid-game, and it was like very late into it. So
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like
but
late
Jesus,
into it.
what a fumble there.
Well, there was some time left. Carson Wentz went 2 for 2 for 20 yards.
And the worst part is they got rid of Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the parody, that would be great if they kept
21-7, the final score. The Browns are in the shitter as always. Chiefs get the win in Cleveland. Mahomes went 19 for 38 for 159, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and no sacks before his injury. Rushing the ball, 13 carries for Hunt, 13 for Pachenko, 45 and 32 yards respectively. And Xavier Worthy, 3 carries, 30 yards, and a touchdown. They were very good on the ground this game. Receiving, Worthy 6 for 46, Hopkins 5 for 36, Kelsey 4 for 27, P. Ryan 1 for 23, Gray 2 for 21 and a touchdown, and Pachenko 1 for 15. For the Browns, it was abysmal. Jameis Winston 16 for 25 for 146, no touchdowns, 3 picks. Jerome Ford rushing 7 for 84 and a touchdown. Nick Chubb 9 for 41 before his injury. Cleveland's receiving, Jerry Jeudy 11 for 108, Jordan Atkins 3 for 30, Jerome Ford 2 for 20, Michael Woods the second 2 for 7. 2 teams on the complete end of the spectrum as far as talent. Well, not I guess talent, but more of competing for a Super Bowl, like legitimacy. The Browns still have a ton of holes, and the Chiefs have a few glaring ones, but otherwise are very solid. Their defense is great, and their offense, when executing properly, is a well-oiled machine. And I did not expect whatever necromancer is working for the Chiefs to revive Kareem Hunt, but here we are. Now you just need to do the same thing for DeAndre Hopkins, who has been kind of He's been good, but not as good as he once was. He is older, so there's that. But, yeah, I mean, this Chiefs team looks like the whole complete package. The biggest issue is how long is Mahomes going to be out, and how will that affect them?
Well, it's only a high ankle sprain, so he could be. So even if he's out the remainder of the season, he'll be back in time for the playoffs. So
yeah, it's the worst case scenario.
The
remaining schedule for the Chiefs
apparently been limited in practice, so it doesn't sound too serious. Say as long as his O-line holds up, he should be okay.
Yeah, so the Chiefs have Houston, then at Pittsburgh on Christmas, then at Denver on the 5th of January.
All teams which are basically in playoff contention.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Houston's not that good as what their records say.
True, but as we've seen for 2 straight games with them, they have a tendency to accidentally or intentionally headhunt. So I'm not saying they're guilty of that. It's not like a bounty gate thing, but I would be concerned if I was a Chiefs fan with Holmes' injury history.
Yeah. Excuse me. So the Chiefs defense has still been a very, very, very strong aspect of their game, and has really allowed their offense to be able to have more opportunities on their end and not have to be overly efficient. So they're going to have Carson Wentz come in, and because Mahomes is probably going to be out a week or two. So they're going to have Wentz come in and continue to keep up some kind of efficiency and status with this team. That way they're able to continue this win streak. Their only loss that they have is against the Bills a few weeks ago. So they're still in the driver's seat in the AFC, not just the West, but the AFC in general. They have a first-round bye for grabs, and they don't want to give that up.
If his injury is severe enough that he does need to be out at least a week, I think they can take it as long as Wentz doesn't fuck up. Because while they are in the playoffs, they still got the number 1 seed that they need to clinch up, which they can. Which if they do it this week, that's fine. because I think they're like a 90% chance to clinch for the number 1 seed and get the first round bye this week. So we'll see how that goes for them.
I know that the Browns needed to make a change, but I think starting Dorian Thompson-Robinson isn't try to get them to win games, but more trying to develop him because he's a younger guy. Yeah. So there still is some upside about whether or not he could be, somewhat of a future for the Browns. You don't know. So I think that's the main reason they're doing it.
As we said, it doesn't feel, if the decision to start DTR over Winston was solely because of Winston's performance in this game, it feels like a disservice to him, in a way.
Yeah. I mean, this was a bad game for him. 3 picks is 3 picks, but also it's Jameis Winston, so.
Against the Chiefs, too. So.
Yes. I will also say, though, for the Browns, a bright side of this game, solid uniforms. The all-white Browns look not bad.
They were very nice.
Yeah, that should have been pick number 4, my goodness. But yeah, there's not much else we can say. Not much else we can say about this game. A lot of injuries to the Browns have caused some problems, obviously. I believe Myles Garrett was out for this game as well, or was he in?
He had a kind of scary-looking eye injury at some point during the game.
Yeah, that's right.
Poked in the eye.
You'll shoot your eye out.
The way people were putting it was like, oh my god, they gouged his eyeball out. Like, no, he just got jabbed in it.
No, it was accidental.
Yeah,
it's accidental.
So, but yeah, the Deshaun Watson injury hurt them really bad, and then the Browns defense has had a step back, honestly, from last year. So it's been tough.
I mean,
we'll go ahead and move on.
When your offense can't do anything.
There's not. I mean, the bright side of this for us though is that there's not really many worse games in the week. I stand corrected.
Also, the Factory Sadness is reopened.
Was that touched? Oh yeah, Chargers took lead. Yeah. Well.
All right. This ugly game.
In the game the last few years.
11 turnovers in one game.
With good protection over the. What are you aiming at? And it's intercepted.
Want to see me do it again?
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
Get your
fat ass back
here. The ball pops out, and it's
move, bitch!
He needs milk!
Oh my god.
It's
That'll
a
be
big
$60.
man.
this time. What are you aiming at?
Now it's my turn!
Throw looking to the right. Now hit.
To absolutely nobody!
You can talk about the pitch.
Here comes Murray up the middle under pressure. Burrow floats it towards Chase. And a diving interception.
It's going to be some
kind of a record!
First down over the middle. It's intercepted.
He threw a touchdown, but it was to the defense.
Here, hold this.
I dropped my hot pot.
Ooh, piece of cube.
I've never seen someone smack a
This week in sports ball, yes. Hold on.
Everybody else. Players do this at times and not get to the goal line.
You just blow
Sad
from
part
stupid down?
is, as we get to, that's not the only time we get to see that this week.
The line is intercepted.
God damn it! Watch it!
Levis under pressure anyway.
You know what this feels like?
BJ Hill's third sack.
Watching Viking throw
That's
those
a belly
picks.
button.
Stupid. That's a belly. Yeah, this game was rough.
You want to know what it really feels like? Feels like what was it, a couple years ago when the Packers and Bengals play each other and neither kicker could make a fucking field goal.
Oh yeah. Or God forbid, even that fucking 6-0 Chargers Patriots game 2 years ago.
Oh no, this one.
Broncos country.
No, the Raiders Vikings last year? The 3-0?
Yeah.
Oh,
God, yeah. I forgot about that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
This week, we suck at sports ball.
We basically went over the whole game right there.
I mean, there was a lot of turnovers. The Bengals got the win 37-27. It was a lot closer than it should have been, but obviously Joe Burrow had a bit of an off day offensively and voiced his frustration after the game. There were some lip-reading people that got into it, and Joe Burrow was basically like, it's fucking horrible. We should have beat him by 80, and Zach Taylor's trying to calm him down, and Joe Burrow just is raising his voice over and over at him in some frustration. Kind of kindling some rumors of, like, is Burrow happy with Taylor? Is their relationship good? And obviously, it's just rumors. Nothing can come of it. As far as
considering how this season's gone for you, I would be surprised if Zach Taylor's seat isn't at least a little bit hot.
It's definitely
extremely hot.
It's getting a little toasty.
Yeah.
Also, this play right here was Joe Burrow's longest time in pocket to passing touchdown.
His season or
in his career. This play was Joe Burrow's longest time to snap to throw a touchdown. I have to go back even further.
All right, let's give just a quick little time here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
37.
I mean,
he's either getting
X,
sacked
Y,
or
Z.
just throwing right away. So
yeah, Joe Burrow, I think in the NFL is one of the best sack breakers in my opinion because he has to deal with so many of them. Sadly, so hopefully these offensive linemen can hopefully those katanas can come to some use to cutting limbs off of defensive linemen and blitzers.
I will admit they did held up as long as they can. That was just good coverage.
Oh yeah, no, that was just very good coverage downfield. That was going to be a coverage sack if anything. But there's not much else to say about this game. I mean, Burrow had 2 interceptions.
The only
had 3.
only thing
Mason
of note
Rudolph had
was
1. So
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, that was the only 2 things of note. Mason Rudolph replaced Will Levis, who might also start next week, and Jordan Battles basically dropping the ball on the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
Motivations without Will Levis.
Tough win for the Bengals. They're still alive in playoff contention, just barely though, just barely. So they need to win out, and they have to help some other teams help them out as well. Not a good.
Yeah, they're about as live as Terry Schiavo.
Yeah, but they have to be a lot more consistent than this. And again, I feel like this just comes down to coaching and scheming because we should beat these guys by 80. We have a much better roster. I'm so very proud of this guy right here, Chase Brown. In the absence of Joe Mixon, this guy has become running back 1 for us and looks amazing. This guy's a fantasy warrior. I picked him up, and he's been like my top scorer for like 2 or 3 weeks now.
The only bad thing about that is this means you're not drafting Ashton Jeanty.
I don't think we're going to get Ashton Jeanty. I feel like it's going to be like Ashton Jeanty's one of the top 4 or 5 picks. We're not going to be in that range either. At 5 and 8, we're not there. We're going to be in the mid pack somewhere. We're going to have a top 16, top 20.
6 and 8.
Yeah, 6 and 8 now, obviously. Yeah, so that also this stiff arm, Alex, or that's actually
oh my God!
That's Alex.
Jesus.
No, that's actually Alex Kappa. I lied. That is Alex.
DJ Raji.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you.
Come in, I'm gonna
eat you. I didn't realize Dave Blunt played for the Titans.
Not much else to say about this game. Just a rough game for both teams, and Bengals got the win. So we'll move on from. Oh fuck! I just deleted that. What the fuck? What game was that?
Go to history. Oh, you should delete that one because that was just. Well, it's actually hilarious, but you should delete that bad game too.
Commanders Saints. Actually, we need to talk about this one because coming down to the very end was pretty crazy for this one.
Yeah, I was going to talk about it in Kate of News, but we'll talk about it for them.
Second half, Cliff Kingsbury.
It's not even a Cliff Kingsbury thing. It's more of a... We'll get to it.
Oh, yeah. Let me just grab it real quick. Okay. Boom. Here we go.
Oh, yes.
All right. There we are. This this was the showing of the starting quarterback for the Saints being Jake Hayner, who did not last long, went 4 for 10 for 49 yards and threw a pick, and then Spencer Rattler came back in, went 10 for 21 for 135 and a touchdown. Running the ball, Kendrick Miller and Alvin Kamara, 9 for 46 and 5 for 12 respectively. Alvin Kamara also is suspected due to some rumors about health to miss the rest of the season possibly. Other receivers, MVS 2 for 64, Kamara 4 for 58 and a touchdown, Foster Moreau 4 for 39 and a touchdown. Dante Pettis, 2 for 24, and Juwan Johnson, 2 for 12. For the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, 25 for 31 for 226 and 2 touchdowns with no picks in it. But taking 8 sacks, he was in trouble. The Saints defense does have a very good pass rush as far as like what people would actually think from them. People forget that Chase Young is still on this team, and that is also, coupled with Cameron Jordan. So this pass rush for the Saints is still very legit. Is the rest of the team legit? Fuck no. But, yeah, there's still a lot of aspects of this team that can be very good, and the main one of that is pass rush. So Jaden Daniels was in a world of hurt this game, and that's what kind of led to this game being so close. Rushing, Jaden Daniels 11 for 66, and Brian Robinson 12 for 65. Receiving, Terry McLaurin 7 for 73 and a touchdown. Olamide Zaccheaus, 3 for 36. To my Brown 3 for 30.
Heard that name before. I forgot he was on this team. He used to be a Falcon
last year. Or no, he was the Falcon last year. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought he was the Eagle.
He could have been.
Oh, Jake Hayner.
Jake Hayner.
Oh, Jake Hayner. But anyway, this came down to very late. We'll show you this.
Okay, here we go. Falcons, Eagles, and Commanders. Yeah.
So I need to actually get out of this. Let's scroll just a little bit. 17 seconds left on the clock. Okay, first down. Caught. Okay, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9.
Yes, as you can see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the controversy there.
Yeah.
They didn't go out of bounds. No timeout was called, and yet there's a 3-second stoppage. If it weren't for that, this game would have been over before Rattlers spiked the ball.
Yeah.
And the only reason it's not being talked about more heavily is probably because that the Commanders still won the game.
Yes, the pass was incomplete by Rattler after that. So I feel like the operator could have gotten confused, if anything, because the clock will stop on a first down in the collegiate football league, the NCAA. So that is a rule change that's obviously different to the NFL. So maybe that's what occurred, but there was extra time for the Saints, and they still couldn't do anything with it. A win by the Commanders, I don't know if I'd call it good, because at one point the Commanders were in position to win the NFC East. Now they're kind of behind Philadelphia, and the probability of them winning it now is very low. They'd have to win out, and Philadelphia would have to lose out, which is probably not going to happen. But they're going to be in position to be a wild card team and could shock a lot of teams. They just need to be a little bit more consistent, and at least you got the win out of this game, but it was definitely ugly. It was not a pretty win, because there's a lot of mistakes you were happening. The Saints ran the ball decently well against you in certain instances, and also going up against the quarterback combo of Spencer Rattler and Jake Hayner, and only winning a game by 1 is nuts.
I will say though, Marshawn Lattimore debuted for the Commanders and also returned home to New Orleans for the first time in this game. He looked okay.
Yeah. So, and then on the Saints side of things, I mean, the season's over. Might as well try to do something. So hopefully getting a win in your own building when you get extra time, but couldn't even do that. So, any other thoughts on this game, guys? Because I don't really have any more myself.
Not really.
Second half, Cliff Kingsbury again.
Yeah. This was a 14-0 game at half, and then the Saints stormed back, scoring 12 points in the fourth, but it was not enough.
They scored 19.
They scored 12 in the fourth. They scored 12 of those 19 in the fourth quarter. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I got confused what you said.
We'll move on to another New York disaster. The Giants. The Giants suck real bad, guys. 34-14 final score. A couple good plays. A couple good plays by the Giants, actually. There was an 82-yard long touchdown reception by Malik Neighbors, but again, nothing good can happen to the Giants twice, so that was only one that happened for them. The only other touchdown in the game was scored by Devin Singletary on a rush. For the we'll start with the Giants, get that out of the way. Tim Boyle and Tommy DeVito were the two quarterbacks. Boyle went 12 for 24 for 123, a touchdown and a pick, and was sacked once. DeVito 10 for 13 for 68 yards and 2 sacks. Rushing, Tyron Tracy Jr. 10 for 31, Devin Singletary 8 for 25 and a touchdown, and then receiving, Malik Neighbors 10 for 82 and a touchdown. Wanda Robinson 4 for 38, Daniel Bellinger 3 for 35, Harry Singleton 1 for 16, and Devin Singletary 3 for 16. Then for the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, 21 for 25 for 290 yards and 5 touchdowns and 2 sacks. This definitely puts him back in MVP conversations. I don't think he's going to win it over Josh Allen, but this definitely gives him a lot of validity.
I love you, Josh Allen.
Rushing the ball, Henry 14 for 67, Lamar Jackson 6 for 65, and Rasheen Ali 8 for 32. Receiving, Rashad Bateman 3 for 80 and 2 touchdowns. Justice Hill 5 for 61 and a touchdown. Zay Flowers 6 for 53. Nelson Aguilar 1 for 26. Mark Andrews 2 for 24 and a touchdown. And Devontae Walker 1 for 21 and a touchdown. Again, simple fact of two teams on very different ends of the good spectrum. The Ravens are contending for a Super Bowl. They're not. They could win the AFC North, but they're right now in a wild card spot at 9-5. And the New York Giants are looking to secure a Shedeur Sanders draft pick with a 2-12 record. So, two very different teams. I'm still surprised the Giants scored 14 points, but they have still some very talented athletes. Keon Thibodeau on the defensive side and Malik Neighbors on the offensive side both look to be bona fide stars in this league. Any thoughts on this one? Anything you guys want to cover or talk about?
This makes me happy even more.
I'm sure it does.
The Giants stink. Yeah. All right. Not much else to go about there. Kind of move on from that. We'll move over to the next one. Dallas and Carolina. Two teams that are struggling.
I was hoping for the Panthers to win, but
yeah, a lot of us were. 30-14, the final score. Dallas gets the win at in Carolina. Cooper Rush, 18 for 29 for 214, 3 touchdowns, no picks, 1 sack. Rico Dwaddle, proving to be the next running back one for the Cowboys, 25 for 149. Ezekiel Elliott, 9 for 30, and Kamante Turpin, 2 for 27. Receiving, CeeDee Lamb, it's 9 receptions, 116 yards and a touchdown. Braden Cooks, 3 for 34. Jake Ferguson, 2 for 23. Jalen Brooks, 1 for 17 and a touchdown. Jalen Tolbert, 1 for 11 and a touchdown. And Ezekiel Elliott, 1 for 11 as well. Then for the Panthers, Bryce Young, 19 for 28 for 219 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, 6 sacks. Rushing, Chuba Hubbard, 10 for 32, and Mike Boone, 2 for 14, as well as Bryce Young, 3 for 12. Receiving, Jalen Kohler, 4 for 110 and a touchdown. Adam Thielen, 5 for 51. David Moore, 2 for 19. Chuba Hubbard, 4 for 17. Tommy Trimble, 2 for 15. And Xavier Leggett, 2 for 7. This kind of proves to you that no matter how good the Carolina offense is playing, which has been much better week after week recently, their defense still stinks. And the Cowboys will light them up and give 116 receiving yards to CeeDee Lamb, 149 rushing yards to Rico Dwaddle, and make Cooper Rush look like prime Andy Dalton. So, not much else to be said there. Again, I don't know how good of a situation it is for the Panthers to see Bryce Young playing better. This was a bit of a downturn from his last 2 weeks, but he's also not looking as bad as he was to start the year. Simply because you're still kind of in this weird gray area of, is he good enough to be a franchise guy, or do we need to look for somebody else? Do we need to try to find someone in the draft that's going to be a better option?
There's a lot of stuff they need to fix. Just saying the quarterback gonna fix everything.
Right, but generally you can kind of see when you have a good quarterback and not enough around him. Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow. You can see when you have a good quarterback but not the right stuff around them. With the Panthers, it's this weird, like, is it Bryce Young? Is it not Bryce Young? You know, if we put a really good receiving piece around him, is he going to be better? And you don't want to keep wasting time when you're like watching draft picks go by and maybe some guy was available for you to draft and you passed on him. Can you imagine all those teams that passed on Tom Brady kicking themselves after that? Like,
very true.
You don't want to be in that situation. So it's this gray area that is going to haunt the GM of the Panthers on draft day. So, and then for the Cowboys, you got business done. You beat the Panthers. You want a cookie? Not much else needs to be said.
Cookie?
Here's a moldy, half-eaten cookie that's been in the sewer for 10 years. Have fun, Cowboys.
Yeah. The David Tepper show continues. We'll move on from this game. All right.
Damn.
Oh boy.
Okay.
How is Doug Pearson and Bulky still have a job?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. 32-25, the final score.
I give it till Black Monday. If they're not fired by then this organization just, I have no hope for it.
32-25, the final score. Jets get the win in Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. Aaron Rodgers, 16 for 30 for 289 and 3 touchdowns, no pick and 1 sack. His best game by far this season, even if he was only 16 for 30, which is just above 50% completion. He was also their lead rusher. Aaron Rodgers, who is 30 what?
9.
41.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, 41? Oh.
It's 41.
Yeah. He was 6 for 45 rushing. Brees Hall was 9 for 30 for a touchdown. Isaiah Davis 5 for 24, and Ashton Davis 1 for 1 for 21, as well as Braden Allen 2 for 5. Aaron Rodgers was the lead rusher. That's ridiculous. Receiving, Devontae Adams had his best receiving day in a long time. 9 for 198, 2 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson 3 for 56 and a touchdown. Brees Hall 2 for 21, and Jeremy Ruckett 1 for 12. For the Jaguars,
really, the only reason I know Rodgers is 41 is because there was a mic'd up moment where one of the edge rushers was like running down Rodgers as he went out of the pocket, and he's chasing him down and says, "You're not fast enough. You're not fast enough for that." And he goes, "I don't move too bad for 41." And he goes, "Yeah, you're right."
Yeah. For Jacksonville, Mac Jones, 31 for 46 for 294, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 2 sacks. Without those interceptions, Mac Jones debatably would have had a near better day or an equal day to Rodgers, which is crazy to think about. Travis Etienne on the ground, 14 for 65. Tank Bigsby, 11 for 42. And Mac Jones, 4 for 29. And then receiving Brian Thomas Jr., 10 for 105 and 2 touchdowns. Brenton Strange, 11 for 73. Parker Washington, 3 for 54. Devin Duvernay, 3 for 42. Travis Etienne, 4 for 20.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if this was reversed where the Jaguars beat the Jets, there's no coming back from this, Aaron. Hang it up, you're done. Retire now.
I mean, this shows that he can still be very effective. I feel like something's not clicking offensively to have so many incompletions, but he can still sling the rock. He's an accurate quarterback. He threw 3 touchdowns. It's just a lot of this rest of the Jets team needs some work. Obviously, they need a direction and a culture change, obviously. So hopefully that comes around. But if they are able to get a good... Like 41 and throwing a stiff arm is nuts. To be able to get a good quarterback to come in and do something with them, especially something new as far as a culture around, like it's needed, and it would be a breath of fresh air to get this team revitalized. Same with the Jags. There's a lot of talent on this team. Obviously, some of that talent is in a coma, basically, Trevor Lawrence. But both of these teams need new coaches, and that's not knock against the Jets. They're already in that process because they fired Robert Saleh earlier in the year. But like Doug Peterson needs to go, man. He needs to go. But hey, shout out the Jaguars for these throwback uniforms. Still very good
they
uniforms.
do look nice.
Some of their best. That kind of like teal, aqua, bluish color. Oof, it's nice. Very nice.
Gold trim around the numbering too. That's nice.
Yeah, they need to go back to these, honestly. I like these a lot more than... Yeah. So, shout out Mac Jones. And that was a goof. Okay. What the
Next
fuck
game.
was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Mac!
I do not know.
Oh, God.
Oh, what the fuck was this?
A lot of weird games. A lot of weird games this week. A lot of weird games. Another crazy one. The Texans continue to be like probably the best inconsistent team in the NFL. 20-12 the final score. Texans get the win at home. For the Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa 29 for 40 for 196, 1 touchdown, 3 picks, 3 sacks. Rushing, Devon Akane 12 for 41. Then receiving, Malik Washington 5 for 52, Jonah Smith 9 for 48 and a touchdown, Tyreek Hill 2 for 36, Devon Akane 7 for 35, Raheem Mostert 3 for 13, or Achane, sorry. Then for the Texans, CJ Stroud 18 for 26 for 131, 2 touchdowns and 4 sacks, throwing no picks. Rushing, Dare Ogunbale 1 for 35, Joe Mixon 12 for 23, Tank Dell 1 for 15. Then receiving, Joe Mixon 5 for 33, Tank Dell 2 for 26, Nico Collins 4 for 17 and 2 touchdowns. John Mechie III 2 for 17 and Xavier Hutchinson 1 for 13. Two kind of spluttering offenses, I feel like, in this game. Both teams looked like this kind of looked like a Thursday night game. Both teams didn't look prepared well. They both didn't play well. There was not a lot of offensive efficiency. I mean, 196 passing yards for the Dolphins, 104 from the Only 104 passing yards from the Texans after sacks were acquitted from it. 52 rush yards from the Dolphins, 77 from the Texans. So just really bad football, honestly. There's no other way to say it. Just like really abysmal. I don't know what else is really there to say. You can't protect Texans can't protect CJ Stroud. And they're not giving the ball to Joe Mixon enough, or can't really block well enough for him to run. And then for the Dolphins, this Texans defense threw him into fits. Jonathan Smith has looked very good for this Dolphins team, though. I think he should be the runner-up to most improved player, because Sam Darnold's winning that thing, hell or high water. So, not much else I need to say about this one. Texans are still in the position to make the playoffs as the winner of the AFC South, and the Dolphins have a chance to become a wildcard team, but they're 6-8, so the chance is starting to fade. We'll take a look at the standings after we're done covering all these games, but yeah, not great.
Texans are one and done in the playoffs. They're gonna get destroyed in the wild card.
If they play like this, yes,
team.
yes. If they play like the Texans of last year, they could make a deeper run, maybe by a game or two, but they need to play a lot better than they are currently. All right, Kate, if you can wake up next game.
Thank God.
Colts and Broncos.
Oh my God!
Should I go back to bed now?
Yeah, you might want to.
Okay, good night.
Talk about turnovers. This was a turnover game also.
Yeah, this was a turnover fest. You would have thought Viking was at quarterback for this one for the Broncos.
That's an inside joke.
13 for 31 was the final score. The Broncos get the win against the Colts. Anthony Richardson, 17 for 38 for 172. No touchdowns, 2 picks, 2 sacks. Jonathan Taylor, 22 carries, 107 yards. A great day for him. Anthony Richardson also ran for 46 yards on 7 carries.
And he dropped the ball before he crossed the goal line and fumbled into the end zone or like the out of bounds.
Damn it, you're doing Wisconsin running backs dirty, Jonathan. Come on.
Yep. Receiving, Michael Pittman, 6 for 58. Kylan Grayson, 3 for 47. Josh Downs, 3 for 32. Anthony Gold, 1 for 23. Then for the Broncos, Bo Nix, 20 for 33 for 130. 3 touchdowns, 3 picks, 1 sack. He had 23 rush yards on 8 carries. He was the lead rusher. The next one was Sterling McLaughlin, 7 for 21. Not a great day rushing the ball for the Broncos, which is kind of perplexing. Like, I know they don't have a workhorse running back, but this Colts team has not been great at stopping the run. So I don't know why you wouldn't run the ball here more, but again, I'm not an NFL coach. Moving on to receiving, Cortland Sutton, 3 for 32 and a touchdown. Adam Trotman, 2 for 20 and a touchdown. Marvin Mims, 4 for 20. Nick Atkins, 1 for 15 and a touchdown. And Sterling McLaughlin, 3 for 13. Again, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of bad football this week from the NFL. Not great.
You think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this was one of the games again where offenses seem to be sputtering a little bit, not really performing well. 161 pass yards from the Colts, 121 from the Broncos, 149 rush yards from the Indianapolis Colts, but again a lost turnover or a lost touchdown because of some mental lapses. And then 72 rush yards from the Broncos, which is a little low in my opinion for our game against the Colts. Denver still is positioned in the AFC West as the second leading team. They're behind the Chiefs, not going to catch them, but they could get into the playoff as a wild card and seem like they're going to be destined for that. And the Colts are 6-8 and basically on the outside looking in soon if they don't change things. Definitely not a great game for Bo Nix, but I think there's still going to be a lot of conversation, and it'll be a close battle for Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's him or Jaden Daniels. They're both quarterbacks, so that helps them. And they both are on teams that are going to make the playoffs, I think. So any other comments really on this game? Because
I think Bo Nix is going to win it.
He could, but also Jaden Daniels looked. I mean, Bo Nix has been better late. Also, where was the Jonathan Taylor?
Except for this game.
We'll take a look at this. There it is. So there it is. Pro form to the right. Boom. Great block by the fullback. Here comes Jonathan Taylor running up the field. There's that break end speed and 99% perfect.
All the way. Wait a second.
That's why
You went
row
full
the boats.
Deshaun Jackson.
You hold on to the ball, you get into the end zone, then you hand the ball to the referee, then you celebrate.
You went
Watch
full
this block by
Deshaun
the
Jackson.
fullback. Boom!
Yep.
2 guys out of the play. Great seal. Running behind
Yeah,
there.
that was me against the 8th LR.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
No way. The Chargers are charging again. No way.
What?
What a nice run by Johnson, only to fumble it.
I thought he was down.
Are they going to say he was down?
I'm gonna move on from this one.
Yeah.
However, this game right here, this made up for a lot of the bad football because this was
He's
insane.
down. He's down. He's down. He was.
Yeah,
down.
he's down. He's got.
It really did
if
make
they
up
count
for a
that as
lot of the
fumble.
bad football.
It made up for a lot of the bad football.
Then again, it
Hold
did
on.
not make up for bad defenses.
Well, okay. Here's the thing for Detroit. I guess how many players they have in the IR just on defense
Well, yeah,
alone?
I know. I'm saying, but like both
I know,
ends,
but
there's
no,
just
guess,
no defense.
12, isn't it?
It's over
16.
an 11-man rod. Yeah, I was gonna say it's almost
16.
a 2-man. It's almost
Yeah.
a 2 platoon.
16.
Also,
16.
I love nicknames in sports. I think the NBA has some of the best, but the NFL has started to come up with some really good
Of course,
ones.
you think that way. Fucking nerd.
Well, I mean, come on, man. There's some really good NBA ones.
Fuck the NBA,
Like
bro.
Rain Man.
I'm glad the
Magic
ratings are going down.
I mean, yeah, the ratings are not great, but so Josh, there are people starting to call Josh Allen the Winter Soldier because of his play in December, which I think is pretty funny.
Okay, that's actually clever.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Clever.
So since
That's not bad.
the 22nd of November, Josh Allen has had a 65% completion percentage, has thrown for 1,020 yards and 13 total touchdowns with no interceptions, and has won almost every game he's played. Do you know what
How many rushing
happened?
touchdowns? How many rushing touchdowns? This is at least like 4 or 5.
I don't have that stat. I'm just looking at it. Yeah, but and
We
you know
all know
happened?
what happened.
On
I know.
11/22, he proposed
Yeah.
and got engaged to Haley Steinfeld. So I'm Josh Allen. I'm marrying Haley Steinfeld and throwing a million touchdowns. This guy's crazy. He's crazy. He's the Winter Soldier. And on top of all of that, you know what the Bills did for him?
I'm so confused here.
What the Bills do for him?
Merry Christmas, Josh. We got this for you.
So weird.
Let's take a wild guess on who that is.
Nice to meet you, Josh. Merry Christmas.
You like Elvis?
Elvis Presley.
It's Elvis. What did you think it was, Kato?
Thanks, guys.
You have him for 6 hours.
I thought it
good
was
question, actually.
I thought it was like Julian Edelman for the I love you, Josh.
Yeah.
Or was it Edelman
that
or was
that
it
was an
Wes
Edelman.
Welker?
That was Cole Beasley.
Oh, Cole Beasley. I thought it would be Cole Beasley.
Different
Be
short
like, I love you,
white
Josh.
guy.
Yours.
Yeah, what are you gonna do with him? Come on.
Just had Elvis walk around with him for 6.
All right.
Can you imagine being that Elvis impersonator and you get a call by the Buffalo Bills? Hey, can we book you for 6 hours to hang out with Josh Allen? You're like, oh, mama, whoa.
Also,
Yeah,
Mamba
we'll pay you up for it.
disappeared.
Thank you very much.
I'm about.
Oh yeah, oh you're back. Yeah, there's someone.
Oh,
Grandma
okay.
Mamba made an appearance. So I wanted to, you know.
No, that's my mom. No,
Wait.
my grandma is in India.
Oh,
Oh.
damn. You gotta send her back.
No, okay.
sorry,
How
sorry.
would you
that was
make
too-
that high?
that was
It's
too
cold
easy.
here. It's cold.
Is it actually how? Well, what's the temperature like in India? Honestly, this time I have no
Well, it's
idea.
on the equator, isn't it?
It's like
near the
80s,
equator.
70s, 80s.
Oh, it's on the
It's
equator.
warm.
Yeah. Wow.
It's not really on the equator, but it is warmer.
It's
yes.
close. Yeah.
I thought
okay,
it was.
But yeah.
or-
It's
Also-
like Florida. It's not on the equator, but it's still warm down there because it's close.
Florida's not
Also,
that
that
close to
Josh-
the equator.
That Josh Allen throw across his body to get to that 20-yard pass. What the fuck?
This was definitely a Josh Allen MVP, like
Statement.
cornerstone game. Yeah. 48-42 the final score. A juggernaut battle between the Bills and Lions.
A depleted Lions roster, though. That's
It is
the thing.
depleted, but it is still the Lions who, despite depletion, were 11-1 entering this game. The Bills came back
Very
off
true.
a tough loss against the Rams. So Josh Allen bounced back with a 23 for 34 performance with 362 yards and 2 touchdowns. No interceptions, no sacks. He also ran the ball 11 times for 68 yards and 2 touchdowns. Insane numbers. James Cook, 14 for 105 and 2 touchdowns as well. Receiving, Ty Johnson, 5 for 114. Keon Coleman, 1 for 64. Dalton Kincaid, 4 for 53. Dawson Knox, 2 for 42. Khalil Shakir, 6 for 39 and a touchdown. James Cook, 1 for 28. And Ray Davis, 2 for 14 and a touchdown. For the Lions, Jared Goff, 38 for 59 for 494 yards and 5 touchdowns. That stat line is nuts. I'll say it again. 38 for 59 for 494 and 5 touchdowns with no picks and 3 sacks. Just the numbers, man. On the ground, Jahmyr Gibbs, 8 for 31 and a touchdown. Jared Goff, 2 for 13. And then David Montgomery, 5 for 4 before his sad injury. Sonic will be without
He's out
Knuckles.
for the season.
Yeah.
Yep, he's out for the season.
Is Sonic without Knuckles or is Knuckles without Sonic?
Yes.
Who's who?
Yes.
Knuckles is Montgomery because he's more of a power back.
Yeah.
So there's going to be, as far as next man up mentality for the Lions, I think it's like next team up at this point because it's starting to get a little crazy. They might need to start signing. A lot of the Michigan guys are opting out of their bowl game against Alabama. I would say, fuck it. Here's a 10-day. Like, I know they can't do that because of logistical reasons, but at the same time, just try. Like at some point. Donovan Edwards can suit up for the Lions. He's ready. Receiving for the Lions, Amon St. Brown had a field day, 14 for 193 and a touchdown. Sam Laporta, 7 for 111. Jahmyr Gibbs, 5 for 83 and a touchdown. Jameson Williams, 3 for 37 and a touchdown. Dave Montgomery, 4 for 31. And Tim Patrick, 4 for 30 and a touchdown. People were talking about the Dan Campbell moment about doing the onside kick pretty early in the fourth.
But I mean, was that defense was gonna hold? It was like 11 minutes left in the game.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other one.
That's the other one.
Yeah, here it is.
I mean, was your defense gonna hold, or was your
12 minutes left in the fourth exactly? And it is 38-28, a 10-point game in favor of the Buffalo Bills. And so, if they kick the ball back to Buffalo, do you think your defense is going to be able to stop Josh Allen and the Bills from getting even 3 points and get the ball back? So instead, they try to go for the onside kick, and it doesn't work. And not only that, it goes to shoeless Mac Hollins, who takes it back almost for a touchdown, which is the worst outcome, basically. Well, second to worst. He didn't score, but you're now in the red zone on the 5, and then it's just a quick Josh Allen rollout, pass, and touchdown. So
I love you, Josh Allen.
Yeah. Again, I mean, we haven't extended the same grace we have to the Lions as we have the 49ers because the Lions have been winning. I think with this game, do we extend them that same grace, guys? Do we put this more on the injuries rather than the play of the Lions?
16 on IR just on defense alone. That's all. That's what I'm just saying. Like, I'm giving that grace because 16 players on IR on the defense alone. I'm sorry. Like, tell me any team could.
They're either still keeping up or beating what will be considered the top 14 teams in the league. I say 14 because 7-7. They beat the Packers. They stayed in it with the Bills. They almost came back. Like, it's
Vikings.
They're not.
Disregarding Montgomery's recent injury, their offense has stayed injury-free, knock on wood. Yeah. As far as a lot of the big positions. They still have Goff, Laporta, Gibbs, Amon-Ra, so Jameson Williams as well. Like, they still have a lot of guys on offense, so that still works out for them. And shootouts are still a way to win the game. I'm looking at you, Rams. So, yeah. But their defense in this game hurt because they couldn't stop Josh Allen in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So great game though. This is a game that needs to be like saved in like the history books, I guess, for like rewinds on a random like summer day with no football.
Also, this makes me miss the surprise onside kick rule.
Yeah. They need to find a way to bring that back.
Yeah.
I like the new NFL rules for kickoffs. I get, and they make sense, and it's not horrible.
Except for the onside. Except for the onside kicks.
It just ruins onside. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's enough talking about that. We'll keep moving on. We will go to the Yeah, we'll go to the battle of
Oh boy,
Pennsylvania. Steelers going to
this
Super Bowl,
is
K-Duff.
what they should. Enough.
Timeout. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, I gotta take a piss. Be right back.
Oh. Okay. I heard something else was wrong. I was like, oh.
But this Eagles, this is what you should look like the whole season.
Yeah, the Battle of Pennsylvania has concluded with the Eagles coming out victorious 27-13. Jalen Hurts 25 for 32 for 290 with 2 touchdowns and 3 sacks, no picks.
Also, they finally beat Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley 19 for 65. Jalen Hurts 15 for 45 and a touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell 7 for 20. Then receiving A.J. Brown 8 for 110 and a touchdown. Devontae Smith 11 for 109 and a touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell 3 for 40. Grant Calcaterra 1 for 22. Then for the Steelers, Russell Wilson 14 for 22 for 128 and a touchdown with 2 sacks. Rushing, Najee Harris 6 for 14. Russell Wilson 4 for 13. Jalen Warren 4 for 12. Cordell Patterson 2 for 9. Receiving, Calvin Austin 6 for 65. Pat Fryermuth 3 for 22 and a touchdown. Ben Skoranek 1 for 17. Mike Williams 1 for 15. Najee Harris 1 for 7, and Jalen Warren 1 for 3. Yeah. Kind of conflicted with the Eagles here because they pass the ball much better. Much better. Obviously, triple-digit receiving days for Brown and Smith. Great there. Jalen Hurts had a really good game passing the ball and being a lot more assertive in the pocket and not holding on to the ball. He should have held on to it there, but not holding on to the ball in the pocket and just not being able to do anything with it. But immediately after the game, he was quoted as saying, like, what now? Basically talking about last week how people were saying, like, they're wasting A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith in Philly because Jalen Brown can't pass him the ball. Or Jalen Hurts can't pass him the ball. So,
well, this week certainly seems to have put that to bed.
That changed it this week, which I get, but at the same time, that's the last thing you want to do, is allow the media and the public to influence how you play the game of football. Play your game. It got you the win, and I'm not saying that the only reason they passed the ball was to silence, random upset Eagles fan number 475. But at the same time,
that's Mastodon. He's 475.
At the same time, do not.
Number 1, there's no Eagles fans older than him.
Put some acknowledgement on those claims by fans to make it seem like that was the reason you were doing it. I don't like that. Other than that, though, really complete game for the Eagles against this tough Steelers defense. And the Eagles defense did a great job keeping the Steelers offense off the field. The Steelers have a great defense. They always have. Mike Tomlin is of the Tony Dungy Tampa 2 revolutionary defensive coaching tree. And so that defense is always going to be good, at least schemed well. And they have really great players. One of them is named TJ Watt, and he's a monster. So being able to constantly...
When he's healthy.
Yes. Being able to constantly keep the Steelers defense out on the field and making them super tired and fatigued is really going to help your offense to be able to do things properly. And again, this is like a 3rd and 18 here. So...
Also in the fourth quarter, Eagles had the ball for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They had a 10-minute drive. Not like the whole fourth quarter. A 10-minute drive.
So, good ball possession, good time of possession. I mean, let's even check what the time of possession was. If I look at the team stats here. Possession time was 20 minutes for the Steelers, 40 minutes for the Eagles. We're doubled up in possession time. That's amazing in the modern NFL. And again, this all comes down to being able to run the ball very successfully. Saquon Barkley is a workhorse for this team. That offensive line, it's amazing. For the Steelers, you definitely have narrowed down some things that you need to address because if you go into the playoffs, you're going to face some tough teams, and they could do this to you. Obviously, the Eagles you won't see unless you get to the Super Bowl, and a Eagles-Steelers Super Bowl, the NFL would not be. I don't think America would be ready for because that's in-state. That's crazy. They should honestly switch the Super Bowl location to Happy Valley and just play it at Penn State. That would be amazing. The most.
Oh, you know they're not gonna have it unless it was in a dome or a warm place because of media.
It's
and
two
all
teams
that.
in Pennsylvania. Make it in Pennsylvania. Just do it.
I know, but
can't have a cold weather Super Bowl. It pisses me off, but I wish you could.
Because of all the media and the fucking celebrities and all the
bring it back to Lambeau. Come on.
I might be pushing it. That's like frostbite cold at that time of year in February. Oof.
Let the frozen tundra see what people are really made of.
All right, we'll go ahead and move on from this unless you guys have any thoughts moving forward.
Eagles defense is still looking decent. I'm happy.
Yep. All right, next up, Buccaneers and Chargers. Only 4 more games for us to cover here.
Ooh, Baker baked. So
Baker
Browns, how do you like your adult QB, Browns?
Yeah. Every day I think they regret it. Oh.
They'll never admit it.
I skipped over the Patriots and Cardinals.
Cardinals
won 30-17. I think we can skip that one.
Yeah.
All right. Buccaneers and Chargers, 40-17 the final score. I won't go over all the stats in this one because it was a blowout. But the highest scoring defense in the league came in the Chargers and was up against Baker Mayfield. And Baker baked them, insert random pastry here. 22 for 27, only 5 incompletions, 288 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, only took 1 sack and threw 1 pick. He also ran the ball 2 times for 25 yards. Bucky Irving, also amazing running day as well, 15 for 117. And Mike Evans, 9 receptions, 159 yards, and 2 touchdowns. This Chargers defense was picked apart piece by piece. Justin Herbert had 21 for 33 for 195, 2 touchdowns, 1 picks, 3 sacks. So the Buccaneers defense also showed up and was able to put a stop to some of the offensive plans for the Chargers, keep this from being a shootout. And Baker went crazy. Amazing job from him. He's still one of the top 10 quarterbacks, maybe top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL when he's on. He can be a bit inconsistent at times, but he's amazing when he's on. And a game like this is incredible. So, great job from there. And then for the Chargers, you can't have if your defense is your calling card and your cornerstone, you can't have games like this, letting up this much efficiency from Baker Mayfield. You got to fix some things with that. What is this camera? Holy shit, Fox! This is a camera of a camera.
oh shit, you're right.
God, Fox, what are we doing?
Your gradients might be kind of off there.
Yeah. All right. We'll move on.
Contrast, whatever to put.
Moving on to Sunday Night Football, Packers and Seattle Seahawks.
Hell yeah, brother.
This was a very green game. Packers were wearing all white, but a green accent, and then the Seattle Seahawks were wearing their neon
terrible
uniform. Yeah.
Construction uniforms.
Radioactive green.
30-13 the final score. Packers got the win. Jordan Love 20 for 27 for 229 yards and 2 touchdowns. No picks, no sacks.
You could hear a "Go Pack Go" chant in the stands.
Oh, Packers fans travel the second best in the NFL. Probably second or third. It's the Cowboys and Steelers are also right up there. But 26 for 94 and 1 touchdown was Josh Jacobs on the ground. Another great day for him. He's proven to be a phenomenal pickup for the Packers and is doing a phenomenal job in his position as the RB1. Receiving, Christian Watson 3 for 56, Josh Jacobs 4 for 42, Romeo Doubs 3 for 40 and 2 touchdowns, Tucker Kraft 2 for 34, Jalen Reed 5 for 34, and Dontayvion Wicks 2 for 14. For the Seahawks, Geno Smith, 15 for 19 for 149, no touchdowns, 1 pick, 3 sacks. And then he was injured in this game, which led to Sam Howell coming in, 5 for 14 for 24 and 1 interception, as well as taking 4 sacks. Rushing, Zach Charbonnet, 8 for 54 and a touchdown. George Holanali, 3 for 10. Receiving, JSN 10 for 83, DK Metcalf 3 for 28, Tyler Lockett 1 for 22, Noah Fant 3 for 15, Zach Charbonnet 1 for 12, Jake Bobo 1 for 8, and Adrian Bonner 1 for 5. Tough day for the Seahawks. This Green Bay defense hounded them. They were able to cause a couple interceptions and turnovers. And then Geno Smith going down made things go from bad to worse, because if you think Geno Smith was, at times bad, Sam Howell stunk. And it was not a good outcome Then offensively, the Packers were able to just run the ball however they wanted. It set up so many different opportunities and play-action plays for them, and I was able to get them the win in this game. Not much else needs to be said, honestly.
And speaking of Toyotathon, Love plays better during Toyotathon.
How long does Toyotathon last?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It hasn't really thrown a pick since Toyotathon started, so...
Well, when does Toyotathon end? January?
Yeah.
It's
it's fine.
Just like the Packer season.
Oh.
Lob, it's fine. Your wife and I are happy right now, all right? Good.
Yeah, a good win. I still wish that these Packers uniforms had a yellow stripe down the middle of these helmets, because there's a lack of yellow on the helmets, which is a little weird.
Yeah.
But other than that,
also Seahawks
having a whiteout instead of a green and gold, like
yeah, probably your best non-traditional uniforms, because the Packers have had the same uniform for a long time, and whenever they go to the old like blue and gold and black throwbacks, they just look awful.
The Acme Packers.
Yeah, the Acme Packers. Leave that in the past, bro. Don't bring those uniforms back. All right, we'll keep moving on.
Seahawks need to put those uniforms in the past.
They need to go back to their like Steve Largent era uniforms. Those
yeah.
All right, Kid, if you're going to be awake for this, because if you aren't, then it's going to rudely awaken you.
Bears.
I'm so fucking scared right now. That is me. Twisted.
What did he say?
We're fucking.
What did he say?
Also, Chargers just won.
Chargers did Chargers?
Now it's my turn.
So be key again tonight.
Huh?
I have a surgeon. Don't do it. Touchdown.
Just call me daddy. God damn it.
Oh God.
Oh, what the hell?
What are you waving at?
That was a bad
And he's picked.
decision.
I'm ready to go in, coach.
Very natural in that.
Are you though, Caleb?
Left. Nice play. Spinner wobble, but he throws it. Bad throw.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Chicago.
assholes.
Jones gets him in. Touchdown. They're down in 16.
There's one thing Chicago's good at.
Williams
Running quarterbacks.
trying to make something happen.
Get your fat ass back here.
Flipping around. Going backward and just up for grab. The pass incomplete. What the fuck? Here's Akers driving for the touchdown.
I love how chaotic this game is.
Oh shit! And nobody's blocking.
Down in 3. Williams sack.
I mean,
Like,
what is Fields supposed to do there? He can't.
Oh, great heavens! You're done with it.
They're 16 in the block.
Missile drop kick.
Mama's sad.
Gotta convert.
Slow down, baby.
End zone. There it is.
You skip this segment.
Let's go!
And that's it. That's the game.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Essentially.
This was a rough game. I do not believe the Bears scored a touchdown until, was it the third or fourth quarter?
I don't know. You could see
Yeah.
up on the.
Did the Bears score a
score up
touchdown
there.
this game?
Yes, they did. The Keenan Allen pass.
They did.
Oh.
Oh, yeah,
fourth
also
quarter.
that-
Bears didn't score a touchdown
that
until the
half-
fourth quarter.
That halfback pitch on fourth down, that just ruined the game. That basically sealed it right there in the first quarter.
Also, if we're talking about weird uniforms, the Vikings were wearing their all sperm alternates, which I don't like. Yeah, look at the horn in this one. Like, okay, oh fuck.
I'm sorry, but I feel like if they were like all sperm uniforms, there'd be a couple like yellowish stains.
Oh my!
On the carpet.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Or on the sock.
That just fell too far.
No, we're keeping it. No, we're keeping it.
Wait, yours
There's
is
worse
in
things
red?
we said on this podcast when we kept it.
True.
Yeah, these uniforms are whiteouts work for some teams. I don't know if the I mean, like,
Vikings,
the fans look cool with it, but like there needs to be some yellow accent, like very minimalist yellow accent, I think, on it to make it
Or
work.
even
And
purple. Like
They
that.
do have,
Yeah,
like,
purple and white go together.
I don't know. This was a rough game for the Bears. Caleb Williams surprisingly had no picks. He had 2 sacks and no picks. one touchdown thrown. It was in the fourth quarter, so they weren't able to score at all until the third quarter. So the first half was completely void of any and all points for the Bears. Sam Darnold had a good day, 24 for 40 for 231, one touchdown, one pick, 2 sacks. The Bears didn't stop the run well at all either. Aaron Jones, 86 yards and a touchdown on 18 carries. Cam Akers, 24 yards and a touchdown on 10 carries. Justin Jefferson didn't have an amazing day. He went 7 for 73 and a touchdown. Not by far his best, but definitely good. And then the Bears just couldn't do anything on offense. It wasn't just that the Vikings defense was playing well. It's also the Bears were just like inconsistent and lethargic and slow and just no rhythm. It just sucked. It just wasn't good football from them. And the Vikings played good football.
The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck.
And honestly, this game is a lot further than it showed. 30-12 is the final score. It feels more like a 50-10 score, honestly. So,
Vikings didn't have to try.
Yeah, I mean, this is the sign of a good team. The Vikings are 12-2. If they win out and the Lions drop one game, the Vikings win the NFC North.
So the Vikings had to win out, and one of those games is against Detroit.
Yes. So the Vikings win out, beat Detroit, and Detroit loses, obviously, if they also win out, but lose that game against the Vikings. The Vikings will win the NFC North, so it's still available there. If both teams lose out and the Packers win out, the Packers win. So this is still up for grabs. This division has 3 teams above 10 wins, which is insane, and then there's the Bears. To illustrate how bad this is for the Bears, and sorry to just make things even worse, Mom.
We're giving the AFC North a break this year, and we're just gonna let the NFC North just run fucking rampant.
The Bears, their first 3, 4, 5, 6, their first 6 games, win against the Titans, lose against the Texans and against the Colts, but then 3 wins against the Rams, Panthers, and Jags. Right, so they were 4-2. Looks pretty good. They haven't won a game since. It's been straight losses.
It was after that Hail Mary by Washington.
It was
after that Hail Mary by Washington, it all went downhill. And then the remaining schedule is Detroit, Seattle, and Green Bay.
Oof.
So Detroit and Green Bay, you're not winning unless Green Bay gives you that game for some reason, which I don't think they're gonna. Even though it's week 18, I don't think they're gonna.
If the seeding's set.
Yes.
If the seeds are set, yeah.
And then Seattle. But also, Green Bay's not going to want. Green Bay's not going to want to just give Chicago that game because that is in Green Bay.
Sean Clifford might get his Matt Flynn moment. Just think about it.
Then there's also Seattle in the middle of all this, which could be a win if you pull it off somehow. But that might not be against Geno Smith. It might be against Sam Howell, and that definitely helps your chances because, good golly, you need them. So yeah, I think we'll move on from this game. Good job by the Vikings not playing with your food here, winning the game and winning it handily. So that's a sign of a good team. Moving on, kind of an ugly game, a very ugly game. This was the second of a doubleheader on Monday night, which they were playing at the same time. 15-9, 15-9, the final score. Falcons get the win. Kirk Cousins, this might be his last game. Here's what I'll say. This could be his last game as the starter for the Falcons. This could also be his last game as a Falcon. They could cut or trade him because he's not been playing well the latter half of the season. This also, I'm thinking, could also be his last game.
There was something said he kind of has a lingering injury, apparently.
Yeah. There could be something. It wouldn't surprise me. He's had a long career. He's now 36. I don't think he should, but I think Kirk Cousins could retire.
Probably.
After that big of a contract? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Hey, he's getting paid.
Yeah.
Getting paid in
It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed, so that contract will not be...
There's a lot guaranteed.
There's a lot guaranteed, but it's not all guaranteed. So if he does retire, it actually will be beneficial for the Falcons because some of that dead cap will be reduced. Kirk Cousins only passed the ball 17 times, 11 for 17, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 3 sacks. They ran the ball well. Bijan Robinson, 22 for 125, and Tyler Algier, 12 for 43. This two-back system in Atlanta is amazing. It's gotten better and better as the weeks have gone on. Then for the Raiders, it was Desmond Ridder, 23 for 39 for 208, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, 3 sacks. He was their lead rusher, 5 for 28. They couldn't run the ball against Calais Campbell and Matthew Judon on this front line of the Falcons, so it was tough for them to get much of that going. And then receiving, Jacoby Myers did well, and Brock Bowers did well, but other than that, everybody else was struggling. This game also came down to, I think it was 2 Hail Mary attempts at the very end.
Something like that.
There was a Hail Mary attempt here, 4, 3, 2. Ball hits the ground. It's only 2nd and 10. They can have another one. And they're only down by 6 here. So extra point wins in the game if they get a touchdown. And caught by Jesse Bates. For the Falcons, who are now 7-7, which is 2nd in the NFC South, to only win a game against the Raiders, who have no Minshew, who are playing Ridder at the quarterback position, and also do not have Max Crosby, only winning this game by 6 points is a little rough. Especially considering the fact that I believe the Falcons might still have a chance of getting into the playoff.
Yes, they're not mathematically eliminated yet, and they're not mathematically eliminated from the NFC South.
Yeah.
Because they have 2 wins against Tampa Bay. Remember that. If they tie with Tampa Bay for the record, they beat them twice.
They did, yeah. So that's why Tampa Bay's got to stay a win ahead. So, not much else to say about this game. I hope this isn't the last of Kirk Cousins. Really, really great person and has struggled as a quarterback, but has his ups and downs. So hopefully he is able to bounce back and maybe another team, maybe mentor Penix a lot. We'll see how it goes. But and then for the Raiders, there were signs at this game that says tank for Shador. So yeah, there you go. All right, and last but certainly not least, the game that just concluded recently. Let's go here. Come on.
You didn't click on it first time.
There he goes. Broncos Chargers just concluded. 27-34, the final score. The Chargers get the win, comeback win at home. Bo Nix, 29 for 40 for 263, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 2 sacks. A great day from him. Audick, his teammate, carrying the ball 9 for 48 and a touchdown. Bo Nix, 3 for 25. Javonte Williams, 4 for 24. Blake Watson, 4 for 10. Receiving, Marvin Mims Jr., 3 for 62. Cortland Sutton, 5 for 50. Javonte Williams, 7 for 29. Troy Franklin, 2 for 25. Dante Vale, 2 for 21 and a touchdown. Lucas Kroll, 3 for 21. Michael Burton, 3 for 19 and a touchdown. Then moving on to the Chargers, Justin Herbert, 23 for 31 for 284, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 2 sacks. Rushing, Gus Edwards, 14 for 68 and 2 touchdowns. Justin Herbert, 8 for 28. And Kamiki Vidal, 5 for 24. Receiving, Ladd McConkey, 6 for 87. Joshua Palmer, 3 for 41. Hassan Haskins, 2 for 39 and a touchdown. That one of those final touchdowns being the game winner against the Broncos. Darius Davis, 2 for 31 and a touchdown. Stone Smart, 3 for 37. Quentin Johnson, 3 for 18. Tucker Frisk, 1 for 10. And Scott Matlock, 1 for 10. I believe, I wasn't watching this, but Kate, if you saw that the Broncos were winning the game and the Chargers came back, I believe, correct?
Yeah, something like that.
It was in the third quarter. It was in the
like a third quarter to early fourth that I think the Chargers took the lead off a go-ahead touchdown. And then, yeah, that was basically it from there.
Yep. Also says that Herbert threw a touchdown and also a 2-point conversion attempt. So that all succeeded.
Yes. Yes.
So Broncos collapsed at the end of this game. They were winning. They were up by a touchdown going into the half and then ended up losing. They're actually up by 8. So tough.
It was close to whole game though. It wasn't like Broncos was ahead.
Good Thursday night game though. We haven't seen one of those in a while.
Couple weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
Detroit Packers.
All right.
Yeah, Detroit Packers is a good one. Kind of.
So right now, Thursday night should just have in-division games to actually have good games. Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Washington, Philly, Green Bay, Detroit, Broncos, Chargers. They are all in-division games.
Masson makes a valid point. I like it. Thursday night games can only be division.
Actually, it does sound nice.
Yeah.
Ravens, Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember what happened last time? Yeah.
That was last year, not this year. This year they also played. All right, so let's take a quick look at the standings as far as let's go playoff here. So in the AFC, Chiefs 13-1. They have Z indicates what is it? Clinched the division. X means they clinched a playoff berth. E means you can't make the playoffs. So so we have some division clinches. So Texans have won the AFC South. Bills won the AFC East. And the Chiefs won the AFC West. Yeah. The Steelers are going to be in the playoffs, but we don't know if the Ravens will win the North or if the Steelers will. It's coming down to the wire there. The Chargers and Broncos are in the playoff, are in the wild card slots as well at 9 and 6 apiece. And then behind them, the Colts, Dolphins, and Bengals. The Bengals can still make the playoffs if Denver loses 3 total games, and they already lost 1, so they need 2 more losses from them. And the Colts and Dolphins both lose 2, and the Bengals win out. They will be in the playoff. Eliminated Jets, Browns, Jaguars, Titans, Patriots, and Raiders. Then for the NFC, the Lions have clinched their division, and the Eagles have clinched their.
Nope,
they haven't. The Lions have clinched the playoff spot. The Vikings could still win the North, and the Vikings have clinched a playoff spot as a wild card before the Buccaneers or Rams have clinched their playoff spot or division.
Damn.
So that's crazy. The Eagles have clinched the playoff spot. They can still lose the AFC or the NFC East to the Commanders if they fuck up, which at the end of the season, the Eagles do that often.
Next game, I think it's Commanders, Eagles.
We'll see in a second, yeah. Buccaneers are 8 and 6. They lead the NFC South, and the Rams are 8 and 6, and they lead the NFC West. Vikings 12 and 2, the first wildcard spot, and the Packers 10 and 4. These two teams are going to be at the top of the wildcard spot unless the Vikings beat the Lions, and the Lions will be wildcard. You're going to see 2 NFC North teams leading. It's all who's going to come into this last spot here. The Commanders now are 9 and 5. They have the driver's seat as far as this last wildcard spot goes. Then Seattle 8 and 6, Atlanta 7 and 7, Arizona 7 and 7. The San Francisco 49ers are 6 and 8, and they still have a chance. So is Dallas and New Orleans 6 and 8 and 5 and 9. The statistical probability of the Saints making it is astronomically low, and then eliminated Bears, Panthers, Giants. So yeah, that is the playoff picture. It's coming down to the wire. A lot more eliminations in the AFC than the NFC, but I think over this next week we're going to see a lot of these teams start to get eliminated.
Yeah.
All right. Let's quickly do some of our other quick segments and then give our predictions for this upcoming week. We'll start. Mamba, who was your MVP of the week?
Oh, God. I don't remember.
You don't have it written down?
Josh Allen, maybe?
I love you, Josh Allen.
It's either Josh Allen or I was going to go with... Look at this.
Rodgers didn't have a bad game.
Fuck Rodgers.
Baker did play very well.
We are going to go with... Yeah, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
That game was just... Yeah, that game. Fucking hell.
Yeah, Amazing game. Allen, 362 passing yards, 2 touchdowns there, no picks, only no sacks, and then also ran for 2 touchdowns and 68 yards rushing on 11 attempts. An amazing day.
All it took was him to get married to be fucking goated.
He's just engaged. He's even married.
He's only engaged. Yeah.
Or engaged. Sorry, never mind.
All right.
Too far ahead.
Let's go ahead and jump into one of our 2 other segments. Let's go to Gambling with Gorlami.
Why do I gotta go first?
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Just fuck it.
Give it time to nap.
All right. Wait. Here. Special added bonus. What's my added bonus, bro? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to 4-leg parlay. Yeah. Mark Chase, anytime touchdown. Terry McLaurin, anytime touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, they're playing the Bears. If he doesn't score a touchdown, then, he's got a broken fucking kneecap and someone bit it off. And Puka Nacua, anytime touchdown. Cooper Kupp getting older, you got to rely on someone, and Puka Nacua has proven to be that guy. Solid 4-leg parlay, I'd say, my own opinion. Next up, we're going to move on to the thing I suck at the most, fantasy football. But I don't suck enough to end up in the consolation bracket. I might have to drink Doritos for a shot. Hitting the deck, quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He had 2 solid games. So, I mean, I just got to expect he's going to keep it up to try to, land a job somewhere. Knows fucking where. Cook for Buffalo. Aaron Jones. He's got to be out of that fumble slump. It happens close to the end of the year, and then he's, carrying you to the playoffs. He did for us last year. Jennings from San Francisco. Deebo Samuel can't catch a pass, so someone else has gotta. DJ Moore. Who else is Caleb Williams going to throw to? Keenan Allen will rupture his fucking kidney if he even looks at a ball. Pittman Jr. Money. Was that Dalton? Right? Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah. Yep.
He's a very solid tight end option for the one and only Mandit. We love you, Josh Allen. Chuba Hubbard at my flex. Because I'm playing Arizona, and I don't like Arizona's defense anymore. I don't think they're very good. And if you're very much so questioning the defensive pick, I ran out of fucking cash, all right? So you're going to back the fuck off. You're going to fucking deal with it. They're playing Las Vegas, who doesn't have a fucking quarterback.
Look,
right?
The economy's in shambles at the moment. We'll let this go this time.
My economy's in shambles. I'm on fucking mortgage number 7 at this rate.
7 mortgages. My God.
I blame Mastodon. I blame
Guys, get alone.
Why? We're definitely in the bubble, guys.
Because back in your day, houses were a lot fucking cheaper.
You sound like Vince McMahon. We're definitely in the bubble here.
All right.
On SmackDown Live.
We'll move on from Gorlami's picks here. Great picks, Gorlami. Go ahead and move on now to the Tank Bowl.
God, I don't know if the fancy ones were very good, but...
Oh, I just remembered something. We had a viewer named he wants us to bring back the old tier list that Massam used to do, where like Lob would just pull up some random shit and then
that'd be off season.
Yeah, that's off season shit. That's off season shit. Yeah, and we judge him. We judge him horrifically for his takes.
I remember when we did a beer one, and Masson was like, "I haven't tried like any of these. And the only ones he tried were like PBR and Yingling." It was just like that was it.
Oh,
somewhat on brand though. Ain't gonna lie.
Well, I mean, like, I don't drink Bud Light or like fucking light beer. That's not even fucking beer. That's just water.
All right, motherfucker. All right.
Anyway, your Tank Bowl. Where are we at?
Switch Bears and Cowboys.
Switch the Bears and Cowboys.
And that's it. There's really
Jets don't move up after like a really good game from Rodgers.
Hold on. I think Miami has almost earned their spot into like bad.
So the Falcons won.
Like I'm throwing the opinion out there.
No. Okay, let's see. Falcons barely beat the Raiders.
Fair.
Jets barely beat the Jaguars. You know what? Just switch to Jaguars and Jets then. There you go. I mean, everything else stays.
You could put the Bears in the worst.
I feel like you can make an argument for the Dolphins
I think
going
the
into
Bears
bad.
would beat any of the teams below them in that roster list.
That's it. That's staying. That's staying.
Right,
Miami, it's like iffy right now. But
I feel like you can make a good argument for it. Same with like Arizona.
No, not Arizona. No, I
don't like Arizona.
They have a better record than San Fran. They're 7-7.
True.
All right.
So
thank
right
you for the Tank Bowl there.
I just like throwing wrenches in there for you, Masson. Let you.
That's not even a wrench. That was just
we forgot to record scores. We forgot to update the scores. Masson has them recorded. So can you tell us just the seeding so far, and then we'll get into our picks.
All right. So last place is Lob 174 and 174.82. You went 16-3 this week.
Oh, damn.
Next is Gorlami. He's 187.68. He went 18-1 this week.
Oh,
God damn.
Third is Mamba. Is 191.76. He went 17-5 this week.
The comeback starts now, boys.
Second is me, 202.69. Nice.
Yeah,
I went 13-4 this week. K-Duff is first with 207-67, 20-2 this week.
Hey, he can't win fantasy. He's got to win something.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yep. All right.
For the punishment of having to take egregious shots that we designed for him.
Yeah.
Well, as we discussed, there's a chance that Mama's the one who takes it this year, not me.
There is a chance. Yeah, K-Duff just has to win. K-Duff just has to win.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
You did just beat me. Let's put that in perspective.
So we do have a couple games.
Very true. Very true.
This is kind of weird that I don't like that we have them on Saturday when there's still college football to be played because it's not only just college football. I know
it's gonna get worse when we get to
playoff,
Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Playoff, oh my gosh! So there's obviously 2 games Saturday. The rest are Sunday, and then we have one on Monday, which is not Christmas. This is Christmas Eve, Saints Packers. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get to picking some of it, and then next week. Just to let you guys know, we will be recording on Monday, so we will not preview any of these games now. We'll preview them next week. That'll be our Christmas episode. Mason's going to come and deliver us all coal. Anyway,
the old jokes.
I'm the Krampus and basically shit all over everything. Take the bad players and just
I would say it's
if you had to.
Oh no,
I'm
Krampus. No, I'm more Krampus. Okay.
Okay, let's put you in the perspective of Santa. If you had to pick one of us, who would get the most coal out of all of us?
Well, it's you. I think it's you. Because you make the most
been
old
good
jokes.
This year.
You make the most old jokes.
Well,
yes, but I've been more.
No. You forget.
Year.
Oh, you forget. K-Duff's a Boston fan, so.
We call it a tie. Can we call it a tie?
Fuck the Bruins.
I say we call it a tie then between us two.
You just hate us because the Flyers suck, don't you?
Oh, yeah, they do. Oh, no, I'm not denying that.
The 76ers suck as well, though. Not going to lie.
It's all right. It's all right. My hockey team sucks.
I would not start Mamba. Or Masson. I would not start watching basketball, Philly basketball now. Oh, my God. Your only bright spot was Jared McCain, and he's now recovering from surgery. So
I just never got into basketball, so okay.
All right.
So Kansas City, Houston.
Kansas City, Houston. Yeah, they're gonna find a way to win. Chiefs by 3.
Kansas City by 7.
I'm gonna say Kansas City by 4 because Houston looks bad. They won the division because the division sucks.
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds Mahomes plays?
I don't know.
50-50, I'd say.
Fuck it. We ball. Give me the Strouds by 6.
Okay. In that case, Chiefs by 6.
I got nothing to lose at this point.
There we go. All right. Moving on to the next Saturday game this upcoming weekend. We have the Steelers and Ravens. This is in Baltimore, Maryland. I think it's tough to beat a team twice. Steelers did it before. They're not going to do it again. I'll take the Ravens by 5.
Give me the Ravens by 7.
Lamar Jackson cannot beat Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh by 2.
The actual saying is hard to beat a team 3 times, but give me the Ravens by 3.
Yeah, Lamar does not do good against the Steelers. Give me Pittsburgh by 10.
Little split there, favor of the Ravens, though. Moving on, our first Sunday game coming up, we have the Giants and Falcons. This will be the first NFL start. No, it's not tank bowl. Falcons still are in playoff contention. Okay.
True.
Still playoff contention. This will be the first start of Michael Penis Penix Jr.
in the NFC South. That's still a fucking tank bowl, dude.
They can still win the NFC South.
The division's a fucking joke.
I don't care if it's a joke. They're still going to get
It is, but this is the world we live in, Goilani.
They're going to say NFC South champions if they do well enough. So, it's against the Giants, Michael Penix. Just pretend you're sitting back there playing Purdue again when you were the Indiana quarterback. So, I will take the Falcons in this one by 5.
Give me the Falcons by 7.
The Giants are leading in the 4th quarter, but then, oh no, Michael Penix pulled his cock out. Atlanta by 2.
He's pulling his cock out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
if
God,
he
that-
becomes
that-
really good in the NFL and stays around a while, it's gonna be bad. Oh, it's gonna be bad.
I gotta say, I was not expecting that out of Matt. That threw me off. Anyways, give me the Falcons by 6.
Yeah, be careful, Maston. There are young ears here, aka Gorlami.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't know
Like
what
that
sex
other
is.
reference I had the other week with fucking Big Lion.
I haven't gotten the Lob hasn't given me the talk yet. He told me he was going to, but
Big
he just
Lion.
hasn't.
Whoa. Anyway, yeah, give me the
cute cuddly kids.
give me the Falcons by 13.
Oh my god. All right. All in favor of the Falcons there. Michael Penix's first start. That's going to be interesting to watch, see how he, goes about it. Got good weapons around him. It isn't a bad situation to start in, I don't think. All right. Lions, Bears. 10.
Lions by 7. Our
All
season's
hopes
done.
lost.
Detroit by 15.
Whoa.
You're actually thinking. That's a problem.
That'd be funny.
Let the brain rot take over.
Fuck you, dude. That was. I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna
That's a
hurt
low
you
blow.
real bad. The Lions
Hurt
by,
you by
give me the fucking Lions by fucking 24 now. Piss off.
He's got to pick the Browns and send the Bengals in the next game.
Yeah, fucking Big Lion tossing nukes around with his shadow. Give me them by
We're gonna get
14.
back up. We're gonna bite another kneecap.
I need to build more churches.
That fucking video is so stupid but funny.
It has
Alright.
been a inside joke with my friends for so fucking long.
Next up, Browns, Bengals. Bengals need to win out to make the playoffs. They also do well
Got me
against the
feeling
Browns.
icy.
No Deshaun Watson, so I'm going to take the Bengals in this one by 14.
You mean no Jameis?
Yes, both.
Well, there's neither. There's neither.
No Jameis, no win, baby. Let's go Bengals by 7.
Cincy by 11.
Even the Bengals winning by 6, but Joe Burrow getting hurt. Fuck you, Lob.
What the fuck?
Well, that's just rude.
That's dark.
You put a Bears symbol over my
You were thinking about
head.
it. You were going to say it. You were
No.
going to say Bears.
No, I was not.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Burrow Shogunate bonsai charging to a win by 10.
Burrow Shogunate. Holy
Shogunate.
fuck. That's actually good for some reason. Why is that good? Why is that good? The Burrow
I don't know
Shogunate?
how.
We're
What?
hitting zingers for this prediction.
Oh my god, the Burrow Shogunate.
Yeah.
Tenohika Burrowsai.
Tenohika Burrowsai.
All right, Titans Colts vomit. Anyway, Colts by 4. Mappa.
Sorry. Let me get the Colts by 7.
Anthony Richardson's gonna go head first to end zone. Colts by 5.
Anthony Richardson by 7.
Just a game where his ball's finally dropping and goes, Anthony Richardson. Oh, yeah, give me the Colts by 13.
Stop it.
Anthony Richardson. What the
Anthony Richardson.
You think people, like, when he's walking by, like, the sideline in warm-ups, you think, like, people yell at him like that? And they're like, Anthony, like, in a really high-pitched voice. You think people yell at him?
There's gotta be. I mean, there's enough people that watch Bleacher Report to
Probably
do that.
yeah.
All right, Rams Jets. This is in MetLife. That doesn't help them. This is going to be a shootout if I've ever seen one. I'm going to take the Rams by 3.
The St. Louis Rams by 7.
Rams by 14.
Give me the Kurt Warners by 9.
give me the team whose owner isn't still going through puberty by 14.
Alrighty. There we go.
Zing,
All
zing.
in
Stupidest
the-
fucking report I've had to read all day.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Fuck was that?
That was
Throwing me
Skywalker
in
seeing
stupid.
through the lives of the Jedi.
Little kid can't keep his hands off buttons. Anyway,
Yeah.
Eagles Commanders up next.
Just
This is
be
gonna be
like-
a battle that will determine.
It is.
I mean,
This
yeah.
is the division.
If the Eagles wins the division, if the Commanders win, the Eagles still have the division lead, but it'll start to slip a little bit. So
Yeah.
Eagles need to win. They know that. I feel like they're doing much better than the late season this year. So I will take the Eagles in this one by 7.
Birds by 14.
Barkley. I almost written down Barkley.
I mean, that's, yeah.
I know. Barkley's by 8.
The team formerly known as the Redskins by 6.
Knew it was coming.
I mean, I can see either way. This is gonna be.
Yeah.
I can see it either way too. I'm going
Commanders are
to. I
very
will.
solid.
I'm willing to play devil's advocate here.
No, I like that. Give me damn hogs by 3.
All right, we're split in favor of the Eagles in this one. That's interesting. But again, both very, very good teams, so it could go either way. All right, next up we got the Cardinals and Panthers.
What's
Yeah.
going?
No, the Cardinals are a lot better. The Cardinals are 7-7. I'll take the Cardinals by 10 in this one.
Hold on. This is what I'm going to flip a tin of Zin, and we're going to figure out what I'm picking here.
While he's doing that, give me the Birds by 7.
Arizona by 4.
All right, here we go. All right, looks like tails. Give me the Cardinals by 6.
Yeah, give me Cardinals by 15.
All right, all going with the Birds there. Bird is the word today.
Bird. Bird's a word.
It's not here, Brian. Vikings Seahawks up next. Seahawks are going to be without Geno Smith, I believe. I don't think he's coming back for this.
It's a possibility. We don't know what the extent. I don't know the exact extent of his knee injury. Let me take a look real
Let
quick.
Howell sling that rock.
Geno Smith, Tyler Smith, Tom Smith, Arthur Smith. Fuck it. Vikings by 10.
Geno Smith says knee feels better, expects to play Sunday.
Give me.
It's still a tough Vikings team, though.
No Geno, no Bird, so I go Vikings by 7.
Oh, God. Minnesota by 11.
Give me
My hiccup and burp.
Vikings by 9. Hate to say it, but I'm going to say it.
Give me the Vikings by 7.
Alrighty. All in favor of the Vikings there. Next up, K-Duff, get ready to be turned into the poster for the Josh Allen MVP campaign.
I'd rather not.
Buffalo Bills
I already know
by
how this is going to
13.
end.
The opposite of Bill Belichick's old team by 21.
Buffalo by 25.
Give me the team that's 0-4 in the Super Bowl by 10.
Ouch.
Damn.
I actually like that. Give me that exact same team by 3.
Right. All in favor of the Bills there, and rightfully so. The Patriots have not had a great season. Not had a great season.
No, they have not.
This year. However, again, silver lining. Drake May looks solid.
Yes, he
Jaguars
does.
and Raiders. This will be the one game that Doug Pearson somehow manages to keep his job.
Tank Bowl.
The
Tank Bowl.
Cooper Tank Bowl.
Yeah, 3. Take him by 3.
I'm going to gamble with Vegas by 7.
Ooh.
We're going gambling, boys.
So,
With
Desmond
Gorlami?
Ritter and Mac Jones. Desmond Ritter or Mac Jones?
A giant dude, so
I know
turd
it's
sandwich.
quite the conundrum.
Well, I could go Jacksonville by 1. I don't know.
Ooh.
I couldn't think of something clever. It was just
Just for the
my
running
hands up
joke
here.
of Doug Peterson somehow keeping his job, giving the Jaguars by 9.
I hate that you're right about that. Yeah, give me the Jags by 7.
Damn, I'm the only gambler. Okay.
The only gambler.
I
Mamba
gambled on like
Gambling with
3
Mamba.
already, dude.
Oop, shit. Wrong button.
Oh, this game also. Fuck.
Yeah, next up, Dolphins and 49ers. This is in Florida. I think the Dolphins just have a better offense at this point just because of the health. So I'll take the Dolphins this one I'll take them by 4.
Who? Is Tua playing? Because he's questionable.
Yes, he's playing.
Okay.
Wait, what was Tua hurt for?
Then give me the Tuck Tua by 7.
Shut the fuck.
God.
God damn it. Miami by 5, you fucking ass. God.
I find it absolutely hilarious that it has to show the weather. Miami can't play in the cold. But give me Big Cock Brock. Fuck it by 6.
Ooh.
Fuck it, we ball.
All right. Give me the Finns by 6.
All right, Gorlami standing alone.
I'll die on this hill.
I think you will. All right.
I should know them well enough. They beat me in the playoffs enough.
Buccaneers and Cowboys. Baker baked last week. I think Baker's going to bake this week. I don't know what kind of pie you can make in Jerry World, but it's probably going to be cherry. And so I will take the Buccaneers in this one. I'll take them by 7.
I'm going to hope that the Cowboys are depressed after this game. So give me the Buccaneers by 7.
I was going to make hog pie because Jerry Jones went to Arkansas. He's an Arkansas fan. Yeah. Tampa Bay by 18.
Yeah, fuck you, Jerry Jones. Give me the Bucks. 12. Mike Evans about to have a fucking field day.
Oh yeah, thank you, Mike Evans, for helping me beat Mamba this past week.
Dude,
Yeah, give me the Bucks by 10.
Bucks by 10. All right, all in favor of the Bucks.
What did he score? What did he score for
like
you
30,
guys?
39.
I was gonna say in our other league, he was up over 40.
Because we do have PPR. That was probably full PPR.
Yeah, we were full PPR, and it was
All right,
so
Saints and Packers. Yeah. Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
You're gonna freeze to death. You went to South Carolina. You're gonna go up to Lambeau. No, Packers by 14.
Give me. I mean, I have to pick the Packers by 21.
Yes, he finally did it.
The Saints are praying for the tank for whoever, even though they can't really do it because their cap situation. So they're praying for a better cap situation. Green Bay by 13.
Go, Pack, go by 17.
Oh, whoops.
What the hell,
What did you
dude?
expect him to say?
I was trolling. Anyway.
Okay.
Go ahead, kid.
Give me the Pack by 13.
I hate you. We're not
All right.
friends anymore.
I know that wasn't directed at me.
Yeah.
It was actually. Random Gorlami.
I can never be mad at K-Duff.
He's good. Gorlami's going through puberty right now. Give him a minute. You know, he's just like randomly mad.
Very emotional. I'm very emotional.
All right, that is our Week 15 week recap. Week 16. I almost said recap. Oh my god. Week 16 coverage.
You sound like a fucking child.
All right. Whatever.
This is what happens when you're the same age as me.
Right. You're still young.
Look at you, Squirt.
Go grab me another beer, son.
You're still younger by a couple months.
Sure
are, champ.
Thank you for watching the Football Stooges. We hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like the video. We'll be back next week early. The episode will drop on Christmas Eve for you guys at noon. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. It'll be a Christmas-themed episode. We'll be doing our Christmas wish list like we did last year.
It's the season for giving.
It's the season for giving. So please go enjoy football. And college football is obviously it's not as much of a downturn as it was last year. You had that lull between the college football playoff and the bowls. Now it's just continuing to ride that high from the end of season. Yeah, the format's amazing, even though it's a little odd. So enjoy the college football. Enjoy the NFL football. We're getting into the nitty-gritty part of the season. There's going to be some good games on this week. Also some bad ones, but hey, focus on the good ones. So enjoy football, enjoy family, enjoy the holidays, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, enjoy that time. And most importantly,
Festivus.
Run the damn ball. Have a good night.
If you don't
bring back the fullback dive.
If you don't run the damn ball, Krampus is gonna come in and beat the shit out of you.
Bring back the fullback dive.